exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston. Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane. Here are Peter and Anthony with Sports 56 Mornings.
The toughest fruit in all the land, jackfruit.
The toughest.
The roughest, toughest.
The roughest, toughest. Welcome in, everybody.
You looking rough and stuff with your Ja Morant third quarter puff on the top of your head.
Mm-hmm. I lost my couple bobby pins came out, and so I had to.
You better believe Memphis media is in a frenzy right now about Ja's hair in the third quarter. I'm sure so many tweets are going out as we speak. The appropriation is insane right now in Memphis because of Ja pulling his dreadlocks up into a little thing.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You got to honor it.
Can you see the T-shirts and the Ja hair scrunchy night?
Anytime I can do this with my long hair.
Yeah.
Anytime I can do a style that's not my normal, I'm into it.
Oh, yeah, man.
Give me a good reason to, I'll do it.
It's a good look on you, brother. I'm not even gonna lie.
I used to call it a like a straight up. It's like what they do with the old samurai pose.
Yeah.
Like the samurai would do a straight up high pony like this. I put my daughter's hair in this little ponytail too.
Yeah, a lot of people.
She likes the. We call it the high pony. Top pony, a top pony.
Hey, cute.
So if you got a lot more hair than I do.
Cute, genuine pony.
Not that kind of pony. Different kind of pony altogether.
I told you when this song first came out, I thought it was a woman singing this song for a long time.
Really? Are you serious?
I thought it was a full voice woman singing.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that would change the tenor of the song a little
right.
bit.
Imagine your career being where your signature song is known in male strip clubs. Like that's the highlight of your career. Your signature song is played.
And I would suggest in all strip clubs, male and female, because I remember a trip to a particular establishment when I was in college where that was a featured event of a young lady who she was apparently working her way through college, as I understand it.
As most are.
That's what she said.
Then you look up in their 40s, they're still there.
She's she's working at, hey, I wanted to support her. I felt like it was important for me to support her as a budding young student. I felt like I was just doing the right thing and helping her career out. So
yeah, shout out to Drake and Kanye for setting the standard for that.
But she, exactly, and James Harden is got a scholarship program across the country
for normalizing and supporting, sponsoring strippers.
Absolutely,
sponsoring.
And
do it.
Well, like I said, I think he's got the most successful. The scholarship fund that's out there, the Harden stripper college fund is one of the most successful in the world.
Oh, for sure.
To be quite honest, so fantastic stuff. Welcome in, everybody. It is Sports 56 Mornings. Peter, he's Sane. That's Zach doing his thing on the other side. It's chilly out there, guys. Not gonna lie to you, it is cold. It is straight up.
It's good and cold out there, man.
It's cold in my house too, man. I don't know I'm frigid in here. It's like, oh man. I mean, it's really testing my resolve. I don't like to turn the heat on, unless I absolutely have to. Trying to keep that MLGW bill down. You know what I'm saying? But this is testing my resolve, man. When I wake up and it's like 60 degrees,
right?
I'm shivering in the covers. I'm like, okay, this is. You know what? I might have to drop some heat here. I might have to do it. I don't want to, but I might have to. For this. As we welcome you into the program, we have a lot to talk about last night. Another splendid performance from the Grizzlies as they open up preseason with 2 straight wins over Minnesota. We'll talk about what happened last night. Obviously, a lot of news to get to. We'll talk Tigers, as a matter of fact.
With the guest.
With not just a guest.
Dare I say a recurring guest? A return guest?
It seems that way. Certainly, this is certainly will be his second straight Tuesday. Jermaine Johnson, one of the assistant coaches, the newest assistant coach for the University of Memphis, will join us. We'll talk about the situation that the Tigers face now. We'll talk about what happened in Atlanta against Auburn. We'll talk about where things go from here. A lot to discuss, obviously, when it comes to the Tigers. So that's where we are for that. We'll talk to him 8:00 for Coach JJ. So should be a good conversation with him. Now, obviously, today is also Soft Rock / Quiet Storm Tuesday. I certainly appreciate that. That always gets my juices flowing a little bit. If you have a particular track or anything else you want to hear, or you want to get in touch with us in any way, you can. There's a number of ways to do it. You can obviously on the video you can watch, and you can chat with us on the First Bank chat line anytime you're watching the video. And I don't think we've had any cyber attacks or anything, so I think we're good on the video front. So you can watch YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. All those spots, go ahead and hit us up on the chat at the First Bank chat line. It comes right into us. First Bank text line is open, and we love to hear from you on the First Bank text line, 67129, 67129, 360-8255 on the First Bank phone line. We're here in the Family Leisure Studios. Everything comes into us. We'd love to hear from you, 360-8255. So a lot to get to. Also last night, Ravens-Browns, a game you could hear on right here on Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5. Ravens beat the Browns 47-42 in a game that had everything. This game had everything. It had Lamar Jackson pulling a Paul Pierce, although he said he didn't. But the video evidence indicates that. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that run. For those that don't know, sometimes nature calls. And sometimes nature calls in a most inopportune time,
and it comes with a certain posture while running.
You have to sort of clench together, so that you kind of keep everything, out of harm's way. Let's say. He says after the game, he said, I quote, did not pull a Paul Pierce. He said, it's amazing that's what Paul Pierce is known for, is pooping his pants
and emojis and sending
a playoff game
and sending emojis the wrong way.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Paul Pierce is, to quote, pull a Paul Pierce. Anytime you have something named for you, if you have a disease named for you, that's not good. That means you probably died, and no one could cure it. A la Lou Gehrig disease, that kind of thing. You don't want a disease named after you. You also don't want, in general, you don't want like a thing like that named after you. It could go either way. But in this case, to pull a Paul Pierce just certainly goes the wrong way. Lamar Jackson did that, came back, helped to lead the Ravens to a victory where they were up, then they were down, then they back up, then they hang on, then they had a bizarre final safety that instituted one of the worst beats or one of the biggest wins, depending on which side you were on, in recent memory. Absolutely, because that was a Browns minus 4.5 spread. And so, or Browns plus 4.5 spread. So that means that that ridiculous, bizarre safety cost a lot of people a lot of money. Or it made you a lot of money. It depends on again which way you were. That's wild. They covered with that. Just incredible. So anyway, it was the game of the year. It was wild. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about the rest of the NFL as well. So obviously a lot going on. Zach, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing well.
Okay.
Doing well.
Good
I wish I was able to collect all my thoughts, in that one ponytail, but I got the beanie on this morning.
That's good. That's perfect.
I don't know if everybody can see it. I got the beanie on.
I see. I think you were honoring Ja in your own way, and that's nice.
Yeah. And it was cold, so it gave me an excuse.
Exactly, perfect excuse. Well, yeah. I mean, I felt obligated. Those of us that have the hair to at least attempt it, because another spectacular performance last night from the Rookie of the Year, who was he looks like he has just jumped from year one to year like 8.
Yeah.
Like he's completely dominating the game. And last night he was in just kind of cruise mode for most of this, and still had 17 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals in 26 minutes. 7 of 12 from the field. A much better performance from Dillon Brooks. Maybe it was because he played alongside DeAnthony Melton. Maybe just a better night for him. I don't know. Much more in keeping with his usual performance against the Timberwolves. He killed them last year. And this year, 21 points in 25 minutes for Dillon Brooks. 9 of 16, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Dillon Brooks, 5 assists in the first game, 4 assists in this game. I don't know. Dillon Brooks would go an entire half the season without 10 assists last year. So I don't know. Maybe he's learned as we approach the holiday season. He's learned the art of giving.
Dillon might be growing. Sure. He might be maturing and growing, man.
Maybe. Just solid 22 points from Jonas Valanciunas. Kyle Anderson playing phenomenal.
Oh man,
basketball. Looks really good.
I'm so confused.
Boy.
I'm so confused, bro. Because I was ready to say, okay, Kyle's gonna be at the end of the bench, out of rotation all season. Kyle looks like a player. I mean, I was one of the main people who stumped that there's something wrong with Kyle's shoulder, and that if his shoulder gets right, you might see him look like he looked early in his career.
But I don't think he looked this. He didn't look like this early in his career. I say this as somebody who, at the time, I advocated hard for the Grizzlies to pick Kyle Anderson. I'm a big Kyle Anderson fan.
Right.
I love the way he plays. I didn't see this coming. I'd kind of, written him off to some degree. So to see this is like, okay, all right, okay. Well, there might be something here. This is pretty wild.
Because we talked about with Coach Hardaway yesterday, where your expertise and your coaching ability and your recruiting, they mesh, in one time. And now you have Kyle, who he's healthy and he has his same skill that he's acquired over the year, expertise and experience in the league, and now he's healthy. So if he can maintain something like the player we're seeing in preseason, I mean, it's a game changer. Whether you're using him as an actual guy for your plans or a guy that you use as a trade asset, like it's game changing.
Well, that's the thing is that he's he really there were all these discussions back years ago or months ago about Kyle's looking good, Kyle's shoulders this, Kyle's that, now he's finally healthy. But he never really looked like he finally does. Like he looks like now. Even in the bubble when he showed some signs of life and some improvements, he didn't look quite like this. Like he looks faster, he looks more aggressive. A couple times, man, he's taken the ball directly to the basket with like power and laid it like a drive. Like he's got good ball handling ability, so he can drive to the basket. He's really good passer, but I never really saw him finish with authority. Like he's out finishing at the rim. That changes things. 2 guys saying so far that I probably, if you'd given me truth serum, would have said, I think at the end of the day, I'm not sure that I see them having a lot of, long-term future as significant players, let's say, would have been Kyle Anderson and John Konchar. And Konchar is to the point now where you kind of have to, you're going to have to probably find some minutes for him. He's playing
really winning basketball, Peter.
He's fulfilling all the stereotypes of
a guy that looks like
John
Konchar.
Of a guy that looks like John Konchar. He is the embodiment of that kind of a player.
He's Alex Caruso without the Lakers curve. That's what I said in the group chat.
Well, he's a less athletic
with better
Caruso. But he always looks super comfortable out there, and he's just like doing stuff. Like he had 4 steals, 4 assists, 7 rebounds. Like he's moving the ball around. He's just making good. He had one really funny and stupid turnover, but other than that, everything else is pretty much. I don't know, man. I wouldn't have expected that that I'd be sitting here saying, well, you need to try to find some minutes for John Konchar, but I really think you might have to try to find some minutes for John Konchar.
This year, we have a lot of guys that are just super smart guys that can come in and just give you a lot of minutes. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the Grizzlies just do something weird thing where, of course, you have your guys that play a ton of minutes, like Jaren, Ja, BC.
Jaren, Ja, BC,
and
fellow Canadian.
And everyone else is like kind of, you're doing some weird thing where you're playing almost 15 guys tonight. I mean, I wouldn't be. It would be something you've never seen before, but
they certainly can. They have the talent.
Yeah,
they got the talent to do something like that. I don't think that Taylor Jenkins will, but I think they could, and certainly on a given night or in a given matchup or something like that. It's you could see it. Much better performance from Grayson Allen off the bench. I think he feels more comfortable off the bench. Seems that way to me. And yeah, I mean, there's 9 or 10 really talented dudes. The thing that, and you mentioned it, as far as like playing, winning basketball or whatever. Like first half of the game, like second half kind of, was what it was. It was pretty much over. Mm-hmm. And, especially midway through the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter was all just kind of garbage time. But the Grizzlies, had 11 assists on 15 unmade baskets in the first quarter, had 20 assists in the first half. Finished with 29 because things kind of devolved. But they were on pace for 40 assists in the game. They look for 30 is like a really high number for them. And but that's kind of their sort of their goal in every game, 30 assists. They easily would have gotten there. And they just, if you watch them play, now I don't know how, we're early in the preseason, obviously, and they've only played the Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves look like straight booty.
Trash.
They look terrible. They look absolutely awful. So it's hard to separate out, like, okay, how much of this is the Grizzlies being good and how much is the Timberwolves just really being awful. Hard to say right now. But at least in the environment that we saw them in, saying the Grizzlies, like the way they played and moved the ball and all that, it was not a lot of, it was kind of the ideal of what Taylor Jenkins wants because they weren't calling plays. They're just kind of running the vanilla stuff because, it's preseason and you're just kind of, learning the ropes. Mm-hmm. And they just all kind of like, everyone just kind of picked it up and like moved around and made smart plays and good cuts right. And, set good screens and all that stuff. And they just looked way ahead of the curve. They looked way ahead of where you would expect a team this young at this position to look.
Yeah, and I like the 3 and 4 guard lineups they played. They had a lineup out there where Dillon was playing power forward. And I was like, okay, yeah. Let's get as many guys who are just, guys that may not particularly be playmakers, but they're just guys who know how to keep the ball moving and know where to be on the court and know how to get open. I was like, yes, I love what I'm seeing here. And I don't really care what our end result is as far as the season goes. I like our style of play, and I think that other players around the league will like our style of play. And I think that it's something that whether it's those guys or they're just preparing the system for other guys to be here, I really like what we're doing. And I like what I see. And Ja is, like you said, the step it looks like Ja is about to take could be phenomenal. And, I mean, it's against D'Angelo Russell. It's against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I want to see more, of course. So, but what I see now, it could be worse. I could be looking at, Ja looking worse than he did last year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen it, and I'm looking forward to it. And speaking of that, too, am I the only person who's extremely annoyed by D'Angelo Russell? Like, he just has a very annoying presence.
Yeah, he's very I would say punchable. Like,
right.
the way the hair kind of, like, smushes on you got the band that kind of does this, and he just sort of looks.
Just gets to my nerves.
And he sort of his general kind of.
He just kind of looks like
the way he carries himself. Well, and it's also tainted by the whole snitching business. That
right.
probably, that probably kind of.
And if he never had that weird year where he was an all-star in the East back before they changed the form, I mean.
Yeah, that he was one of the worst all-stars.
Yeah, like
Jamal McGlure all-star.
Yeah.
Like Jamal McGlure was an all-star one year. Like, come on, what are we doing? Like, but we got to stop. He's not any good. Wasn't any good. Wasn't good last year for the kind of like weirded out the Warriors last year. Didn't help them. That whole situation, really, really something. But man, forget about the Timberwolves, man. It's I think Karl Anthony Towns, for understandable reasons, having lost, his parents, lost 7 family members to COVID. He looks disengaged. And I think that's understandable based, mentally. I think he's probably just, it's too much for him. That maybe that comes during the season. I don't know, but I can understand why he would just be in really bad shape. Ricky Rubio doesn't look good. D'Angelo Russell, whatever. The Timberwolves look like a bad team, man. They look like a very, very bad team.
And I heard people saying they could see them being a fringe playoff team. Like, man,
no.
I never understood that anyway when I heard it. Now seeing that team is crap, man.
No.
And I'll say this, bro. I'll say this. Like, I know. Let me say this very slowly because people hear one word that I say and they'll turn it into something else. Mm-hmm. I'm totally aware of Karl-Anthony Towns' situation, and my thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. He's had some tremendous losses, but with that being said, what I've seen from Karl-Anthony Towns has always kind of looked like what I've seen from Karl-Anthony Towns. Like he's just one of those players who it's almost like he's kind of fit into the mold of being on a trash team. Like I'm not gonna act like I've watched Minnesota Timberwolves games outside of when they play the Grizzlies, and I've seen several Karl-Anthony Towns games where he looked very similar to what I've seen now. Now I'm not saying that he's not going through anything, but I'm just not gonna say that he didn't look too much different than what I've ever seen in Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah,
I think he's an overrated player in general to me. So, but
yeah, I'm still tainted by the series they had against Houston when he, for the first 3 games, looked
like a monster. I do recall
like
it.
No. He didn't look like a monster. He looked horrible. He looked like the worst player on planet Earth.
Against who you said? A playoff series or something?
Yeah, playoff series. First game, he scored 8 points. 8 points on 3 of 9 shooting. Second game was 5 points on 2 of 9 shooting. So he goes 5 of 18 in the first 2 games of the series. Hit 1 3. They got drilled and then played slightly better as the series went on. But
you mean when they had Jimmy Butler that one year they made the playoffs?
Yeah,
okay.
The 1 year the first time they made the playoffs
individual game. My bad. I got you.
Yeah, the first time they made the playoffs in like 12 or 13 years as a franchise, and he comes out and just is awful. I mean, absolutely awful in the games, unplayable. Like defensively, just a nightmare. I'm tainted by that because I think he's a super talented guy. I like him personally. I think he's a good dude, and obviously he's gone through an incredible amount of personal pain. So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna act like, but I mean, he's not. He's not
never
engaged.
been. He's always been a disengaged player to me. Like he's always looked like that. Like I didn't notice anything yesterday that didn't seem like the norm. And like I said, I feel bad for him because I know he's going through a lot mentally. But I'm not going to say that that's all that's causing him to look like he doesn't care.
He also made a business decision to avoid getting dunked on by John Moran, which is smart move on his part.
Yeah.
Certainly,
and
a lot
John
of guys do that in
like
regular
his hops
season.
Are even because he didn't do anything like spectacular, but his ease. His quickness getting
off the floor. It looked like he backed off of that.
Yeah.
It looked like he backed off to land better. Like it looked like he just kind of took a little, he didn't slam it with force. He kind of, sort of dropped it in the basket. The other thing, man, his footwork, the little jab step, his jab step is nasty, but the jab crossover combo that he put, to me, was as impressive or more impressive than the dunk. Like Hernan Gomez had absolutely no chance. It looked like Aaron Baines last year, but it looks like he's taken – Ja kind of stumbled on that one move against Charlotte, if you remember back in the day. He's got that jab step that's nasty, and he looks like his footwork is even better. I noticed it, too, on that if you remember the three-pointer that he hit at the end of the first half in the first game against Minnesota. Do you remember that? You remember that three-pointer at the buzzer?
Yeah.
That he was running full speed. He stops on a dime, gets his feet together, and perfectly, elevates for the three. His footwork is awesome. I don't know what he's done specifically. I'll ask him, and he'll probably be like, everything. But his footwork is fantastic. I think he must have done something specific for his feet because he looks like it's on point. Like everything is on point. He's I don't know, man. I mean, I know Zion had a big game last night as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when Zion gets full minutes. What he looks like, but I mean, Ja looks like a monster, man. He looks like a monster.
Does.
He looks like a franchise player.
Does. And I'm gonna throw something out to you that my good friend Cam Rose threw out in a text message yesterday, group text we'll talk about that after the break. I want to see your thoughts on something he said.
Okay, all right. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about that night from Zion, as we mentioned. Also the NFL game from last night. A little college football news and rumors too. We'll get to that here in hour number one. Jermaine Johnson, assistant coach for the Tiger basketball team, going to join us in hour number two as well. So plenty to get to here on Sports 56 Mornings. Pete and Sane with you, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays.
Lunchy munchy.
Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive? Take the car for a couple of days if you want. Streamlined buying process. You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Celebrate 20 seasons of Grizzlies basketball in Memphis with a 2021 Grizzlies ticket package. Packages start at just $9 per game. And for a limited time, fans who place a $100 deposit will receive a free 20th season shirt. Visit Grizzlies.com today.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Memphis attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Office in Memphis, 6000 Poplar Avenue, Suite 225, Memphis, Tennessee, 38119.
How's the Christmas shopping going? Frontier Western Store in Olive Branch is here to make it a lot easier. Everyone loves something from Frontier. Ladies' boutique style clothing, Carhartt for the guys, and boots for everyone. For Frontier's boutique department, you'll find the latest trends at incredible prices. We also carry a huge inventory of basics like leggings, tops, tunics, dresses, CC beanies, scarves, gloves, new styles of fleece jackets, and much, much more. Guys will be after Frontier's large assortment of Carhartt and Ariat jeans and shirts. Now, how about a new coat, jacket, or insulated overalls? Frontier has that too. Don't forget the boots. Work boots and dress boots from Rocky, Dan Post, Ariat, and more. Frontier is the place to come for name brand boots at an everyday low price. There are thousands of boots available in all sizes for men, women, and children. Frontier gift cards are also available and make a perfect last-minute gift. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, or shop online 24/7 at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Ben Swinger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 125 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Ben Swinger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. 2 Memphis locations, one in Midtown on Hollywood Street across from the Liberty Bowl, and one in Cordova off Germantown Parkway next to the Fox and Hound. Visit their website, benswingerglass.com. Ben Swinger Glass.
Sports 56 traffic.
So we're working a crash on Mudville Road at Rosemark Road. That's out in Millington. Also a crash on Hickory Hill at Shelby Drive. And right now the right shoulder is blocked on I-240 eastbound at Bill Morris Parkway. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I've wasted all my tears.
Yeah.
Wasted all those years.
What?
Nothing had the chance to be good.
GP, yo, with me.
Nothing ever could, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Soft Rock Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back in the Family Leisure Studios. For those of you out there that, well, in FanDuel, I know that our good friend Eli Savoy had a big victory last night on a 5-part parlay about the game last night. Congratulations to him. A lot of others probably had the same thing. For those of you that are looking to have a little extra fun, spice things up a little bit, I suggest you get with our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. They allow you to do that. And to those of you that had the Ravens last night, congratulations. So you got away with one. And you're going to be able to get those winnings as soon as 24 hours. They do it like that. In fact, I've gotten winnings a couple times earlier than 24 hours so far in my dealings with FanDuel Sportsbook. Terrific. Lots of fun. It's even more fun when you win, but it's lots of fun when you get a chance to just put a little action on the game. And you could do, you can go like some small little dollar here, dollar there. You can go bigger if you want. It's up to you, but it takes it to a different level. And it's perfectly legal to do it now in the state of Tennessee. And again, a reminder for all of our listeners outside the state, those of you that are in Mississippi or Arkansas, even up in the Boot Heel, all you got to do is just find your way into the state of Tennessee. Then that's perfectly legal for you to bet, go crazy, and then you can go back to wherever state you came from. It's no problem at all. Check out FanDuel Sportsbook. The app is super simple. It's all right there for you. And like I said, if you want to be like Eli last night and take a 5-part parlay, put them all together. I think he bet $15 to win $250. got some big odds on it. You can do that, and a lot of people win, just like Eli. Or you can make it very simple if you want. Same game parlays, lots of fun, lots of great stuff. It's been awesome. I've been enjoying it for the last month and a half that we've been legally able to do it. It's been awesome. So credit to the FanDuel Sportsbook folks, and they can help you too. All you got to do is join up using the promo code BIGHEAD. That first bet is absolutely risk-free. Absolutely risk-free when you use that promo code BIGHEAD, all the way up to $1,000. That means you win, you keep the money, you lose, you get it back in site credit. It is just that simple. Now, just so you know, go to FanDuel.sportsbook.com to find out more. Some terms do apply. You got to use that site credit within 14 days. It is just that easy to do. For problem gambling, call 1-800-889-9789. A reminder, they will take good care of you. FanDuel Sportsbook, they're awesome. Check it out. And again, congratulations to those of you last night who ended up on the right side of that one, because that one was wild. 47-42. One of the strangest, craziest, most exciting, incredible games that you will imagine. And I hope you had something on it on the right side with FanDuel Sportsbook. So as we continue, Anthony, saying you mentioned a group text that you were on.
Yeah, just want to throw something out.
You had a question. You had a question or a comment, and I'm curious.
A good friend, podcast co-host Cam Rose. Shout out to the Outsiders podcast.
Absolutely.
Cam said, he said, I don't think the Grizzlies. He said, I don't think there's any way the Grizzlies are bad this year. And I was like, okay, calm down, Cam. This is Timberwolves, whatever. He's like, no, seriously. He's like, Ja's too good. He was like, think about Chris Paul when he was this age. And I thought about Chris Paul when he was his age, and Chris Paul was on the brink of taking the New Orleans / Oklahoma City Pelicans to the playoffs, and he shined in the playoffs. It was looking like he was going to be the future of the NBA. So, Peter Evanston, I'll throw this back to you. Do you think that John Morant himself is good enough to will the Grizzlies to the playoffs this year?
Not the playoffs, no.
Playoffs?
No, not the playoffs. But I do think he's right about the idea that the Grizzlies, when they have a group, and Ja obviously leads the way, that there's just a certain level of quality that they're going to be able to give you. The Grizzlies are not going to be able to win fewer than probably out of 72 games, probably 30, like just baseline, just kind of, because they've got a really good group. Like the floor of the team, their goal in the whole thing, the style that they've built with, I think makes a lot of sense, which is just try to keep as few bad players on the floor at any given time. Right. Have a certain base level of quality amongst all five guys. Maybe they're not all superstars, but there's not going to be a bunch of weak links. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be a guy, every guy that's out there has a certain level of quality. And, not every team can say that, because you see the top-heavy teams that get some stars, but then they also have to fill out the roster. So, you end up with some lineups with some terrible players out there. The Grizzlies don't really have that. They don't have anybody like that. And so when you have a team like that, you're going to win a lot of games. You're certainly not going to be a bad team. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team, mm-hmm. but they're not going to be a bad team, and they're going to beat a lot of good teams. Mm-hmm. This team they're young, they're still young, so they're going to have those nights when they just screw around and lose to the Hornets or lose to the Magic or do whatever. They're going to have those nights because that's just going to happen every now and then. But they're also going to beat the Lakers. They're also going to beat the Clippers. They're also going to beat. That's who they are. That's the Grizzlies. So I'm not with the playoff talk, but I think they're going to be. I think Ja's going to be awesome this year. He's already showing that. I don't think he can help but be awesome. This is what I think.
And if your point guard is awesome, how bad can your team really be?
That's what I'm saying. They're going to win. They're going to win 30 games, just kind of in general,
right?
And they may pull a Thunder last year. They may do that. That wouldn't be crazy. Although the Thunder had a lot more established talent alongside of Chris Paul. You had your Gallinaris and Adams and Schroeders and guys that have been around for a while and have done some stuff. But the thing with Ja, man, is his ability to get to wherever he wants to get on the floor and then to read the situation is off the charts. He is Chris Paul plus several 1,000% athleticism.
Right.
He has the same vision and court awareness, and his ability just to, he can ease into his spots, and he's learned over the course of last year and into this year when to go really fast and when to go kind of slow, when to just kind of ease into the paint versus when to just fly right at the basket. Mm-hmm. His pace is he never looks hurried. He's never in a hurry. He always looks in complete control. So he's going to open up great shots. His passing ability is going to get his teammates probably 15, 20 good shots a game. And it's just a matter of, are they going to hit him? Some nights they will, some nights they won't. But he's going to consistently do that.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's good enough to where you're not going to be able to tank for sure.
And to Cam's point, he wasn't saying that he thinks that we'll be a playoff team because of Ja, but he basically was saying they're not going to be bottom of the West. You're not going to be like you said, it'll be impossible for them to be in a situation where it looks like they're tanking. Not as long as they're playing Ja.
Yeah.
Because, he's been incredible, man. And it's he's looked extremely good. And, the Migos aren't even there. Brandon Clark, Jaren Jackson, and Orange Juice. No,
Orange Juice. Orange Juice Orange. Yeah.
Trippy J, Mr. Orange Juice Orange, and BC the producer aren't even BC on the board. So he's not even there yet. You know what I mean? So I think that once those guys get there and Jaren really gets in his groove, this could be a magical year for him. And we saw the difference between year one Luka and year two Ja. If Ja does something like that, if he takes that type of plunge where he goes from last year Rookie of the Year season to Luka level or close to Luka level in year 2, yeah, you're talking about something that could be, incredible here.
Well, I don't think numbers wise he's going to put up those.
No, he's like
the offense.
I mean, as far as looking like a totally different player, like being able to take another.
Yeah,
leap. Yeah,
but
exactly.
but absolutely, absolutely. I think that's 100% true.
Right.
And I think you mentioned, you talked a little bit about it in the first segment, the preponderance of lineups with 4 guards, and a lot of that has to do with just kind of the personnel they have available. But I do think, having seen that, the idea of a Jaren at the 5 with 4 guards, that's a lineup that makes me extremely excited.
Yeah,
that's a lineup. Yeah, I mean that could be a lot of fun, man.
Mm-hmm.
That because he's got enough size and defensive prowess to be a really good defensive player.
Mm-hmm.
Inside, Jaren's gonna, I'm not sure he's a prototype rim protector, but he's good enough to hold down the fort there for sure. And then obviously his shooting ability, on top of everything else, you can run all kinds of stuff. The only issue is obviously going to be rebounding with a group like that. You're going to have to get a lot of guard and wing rebounding, but they'll figure it out. I would try it though. I'd put him and Justice and Dylan, John,
me
and just see what happened. And I think they and you're seeing a little more experimentation already from Taylor Jenkins, so that's good. This year is going to be about a lot of experimentation, and they're going to stumble into 2 or 3 like phenomenal lineups, and they may have already done it, as a matter of fact. So, I mean, man, if you're a Grizzly fan, this
could be a fun season, man. And we had fun last
exciting.
year. We had fun last year, and this could be a year that's even.
You don't get the chance, man. I don't know. I find myself just watching back. Yeah, I'm going to rewatch this game and kind of just take some notes on it and stuff, but I'm just kind of. It's you really are watching like a master at work. Like you say that stuff like it's, but I'm not being tongue in cheek. Like Ja Morant he's a master of that position. He has the potential to be like one of the all-time greats. That's not hyperbole.
Like no
he's
joke.
The best player in Grizzly history in terms of talent, and he's already, to me, the most talented, best player in Grizzly history with respect to everyone else that's ever played for the team. Now, again, will he fulfill that, and will he do that over the course of 8 to 10 years to be able to put up the numbers to we'll see. But they've never had a player this talented or this much of a star, ever. And they've had some good players. No one's touched Ja. No one.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And he, man, just the things, like you said, the leap he's taken so far in these preseason games. And the people say, well, it's just preseason, it doesn't matter. If you look at preseason over the years, there's been a ton of correlation between guys star players who came out looking phenomenal, looking like they've taken a leap. There's been a lot of correlation. I don't know if you remember Marc Gasol's best year. One of the best years Mark had. He also had an incredible preseason where he was looking like the best player in the league during the preseason. So there's definitely some correlation to that. If a guy comes in
for sure
and he's cooking in preseason, it doesn't mean, it's just preseason, it doesn't matter. Oftentimes when guys start off in preseason looking well, it shows you new wrinkles they've added to their game, and it does translate over to when the lights cut on for real.
Well, yeah, and it's not. And the thing is that he hasn't. If you watch the games, Ja's been in like third gear. Like he hasn't been, cranking it up like playing like some guys play super hard to like put up numbers and all that kind of. He hasn't. He's just been falling backwards into a lot of these opportunities, a lot of these numbers, a lot of this stuff. It's. If anything, the Grizzlies are too generous. Like when Gorgie Jing gave up a dunk to pass the ball to Ja Morant, who was guarded by 2 people. Like I don't know what he was. Right. I don't know what he was thinking. So maybe you're a little too generous. But otherwise, just dunk the ball when you're that close to the basket.
In our backup big situation, you have one guy who's looks 40, actually 21. You have one guy who's 30-ish and could be significantly older. Just strange situation in our backup bigs. Because I heard 40. I heard the commentator saying that Gorgie Jing is the only guy on the Grizzlies roster that's 30 or over. And I was like, are we sure he's 30?
I take the over.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
The 30 or over. I'm going to give me the over.
Yeah.
Way over.
There are moments in the game yesterday where Gordy looked like he might be 38, but we'll see.
Yeah, he looked like actual Hakeem Olajuwon.
Right now.
Like right now. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, it'll also be interesting to see what they do with him. As far as do they try to trade him, or do they just let his contract ride off, or what? We'll see.
Yeah, I think it depends on what they can get. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit of football news from yesterday as well. Getting set for Jermaine Johnson, who's going to join us at 8 o'clock. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
James Davis is one of those stores that just says Memphis. It's an original. The finest men's clothing in Memphis can be found in the Laurelwood Shopping Center at James Davis. Let's start with the Stant Custom Fitting System. This is relatively new. You can only find it at James Davis Men's Store, and it's where you walk through the door. You're going to take 3 quick measurements, about 15 seconds, and then about a week later, you're going to get the perfect fitting shirt. I mean, in the neck where you can tie your ties comfortably, all kinds of colors, all kinds of fabrics. The same thing with pants. A couple of measurements. A week later, you've got a perfect fitting in the waist, in the leg, pair of pants that makes you feel good. And they still have the great Paul Battenley suit deal. 2 for $7.95. You look great on Zoom calls. Sweaters and pullovers, perfect for eating outside. The best place to go for men's clothing in Memphis. It's simple. James Davis Men's Store in the Laurelwood Shopping Center.
Good news. Southland Casino is now back open. That's right. The most spacious casino floor in the Mid-South is ready to welcome you back to the action with live blackjack, roulette, craps, and all your favorite slots. The action kicks off every day at 9 a.m. and rolls all the way till 5 o'clock the next morning. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and make the short drive to Southland. We're ready for you. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Hi, I'm Tito Beverage, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Are you shopping for a new watch, an engagement ring, any kind of jewelry at all? What's up, Memphis? This is Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Grizzlies, encouraging you all to shop where I shop. Platinum Jewelers here in Memphis. Platinum Jewelers has a big selection of earrings, stockable rings, luxury watches, necklaces, bracelets, really whatever you need. They do custom jewelry and have 2 locations in the area. One is 545 Perkins Extended in East Memphis. The other is 9387 Poplar next to Fresh Market in Germantown. So if you need anything jewelry related, go to my spot, Platinum Jewelers.
All 75 months at 3.4%. G4 LHF 129.69. MSRP 17,064. Outlander LZO 423.83. MSRP 26,235. PEV LZO 388.19. MSRP 38.1. Outlander PEV qualifies for a $5,836 federal tax credit. Consult your tax advisor. Includes all rebates in the NSPF 695. Excludes tax filing license with approved credit. CD for complete details. Offer ends 12/31/2020. Dealer stock only.
Where can you find 0% APR for 60 months, plus up to $1,000 cash back on 2020 crossovers, plus $500
$500 holiday cash plus payments at $99 a month? We Gossip at Gossip Mitsubishi on the Pike during the 2020 year-end sales event. 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage G4. Buy for $11,749 or $99 a month. 2020 Outlander. $20,571 or $259 a month. Plus, crossover with 4x4 off-road capabilities with 74 MPG. 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid EV. $25,099 or $299 a month. Not leases, you own them. And Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I never thought she'd say goodbye. And I never understand the reasons why. Heart of mine,
Oh, yeah.
will you keep
Peter.
on dying?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you had something that was. I'm sure you had something planned for this final segment of the hour.
I did.
I gotta hijack it, bro. I gotta hijack it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I gotta hijack it. Breaking news.
Okay.
Breaking news.
That's fine. That's fine.
In 2020, a lot of things have changed. The Washington football team became the Washington football team. Mississippi got rid of its flag.
The Cleveland baseball team.
Say, give us one more year of the fun stuff. Cleveland said, give us one more year. We got you. Basically said we're almost done. Being politically incorrect. Another major change, man. Another major change. Have you heard the news coming from Pornhub that happened overnight?
You're going to have to fill me in on this one.
Pornhub has decided to remove all content from unverified users. Do you know what that means, Zach Boyd?
You said you said they were removing content off.
All unverified content.
Oh yeah, that means you don't got the check mark. Your stuff ain't gonna be posted.
That basically means if you didn't upload, if you're not the person that's in that, if you're not the person that's in that video, or the person, or from a verified adult site, like we own the rights to this, and we're gonna put this on Pornhub, like it can't be on there. So basically, stuff where someone's ripped it off of somewhere else and uploaded it, or yeah. So the days of so I've heard the days of the good stuff is over.
You gonna be okay?
Oh, I'm good. I've heard a lot of guys are struggling right now, though. It's hard times out here, Daddy.
Hard times, Daddy.
Hey, that's major, though, bro. Like, for real. Like, that's really major.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, there's probably...
It says 60% of their
There's probably
content
just the one. There's
disappeared.
probably just the one site, though. That's the thing.
Got to go on Pornhub Gold Premium.
Well, that's probably the only site, though. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not really
Pornhub's the big dog, bro.
You know.
So I've heard.
Well, maybe there's maybe this is an opportunity for the little dogs to jump into the unverified mix there, so to speak. I can't imagine I don't even know how. I'll be honest, I don't even know how they would make money on that deal. I mean, I guess the
60%
ads,
of their
the
content.
ads would be
60% of their content gone.
I don't know. That doesn't. The
If you're on Pornhub, I don't really think I have time to deal around, screw around. Oh, look at that. Let me click this ad for came to do a job, man.
So, it looks like a great mixer. Let me click on that and see. Let me investigate this.
I don't know. There. Look at it.
Yeah, I'm not really see what the situation is there, but in any event, well, congratulations for cleaning up that industry.
Yeah. Shout out to all
Zach,
the content
Zach,
creators.
you could finally go. You could finally go.
With a clear conscience, Zach. Not knowing you're not.
That's right.
Knowing you're not pirating illegal.
Off of a third party.
The pirating that booty, so to speak. It's not happening.
Looking to see Booty Snorkeler's thoughts on that. Hopefully, Booty Snorkeler will chime in.
Unauthorized booty snorkeler. That's going to be tough.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I did have some things planned, but that's all right. We'll have to we'll sort of
we'll move things around.
We'll push that to hour number 2 because coming up next we're going to talk to Jermaine Johnson, the assistant coach for the Tigers. We'll get his thoughts on Tigers beginning conference play. They're done with non-conference. They got 20 conference games.
Mm-hmm.
First one tomorrow night against Tulane, and a big one right out of the gate because the Tigers have got some work to do. So we'll talk about that work and what's coming up next for the Tigers when we return. Hour number 2 on the way. Stick around.
I'm a big fan of Town Village, and there is always something to do year-round. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, theme dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Taking on that next oil change yourself is a great idea. We can help you get started. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Castrol Edge full synthetic motor oil and an STP extended life oil filter for just $31.99. You can even get it all fast your way with our next day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Water damage to your home or business can be an absolute nightmare. And the faster you remove the standing water, the faster you can prevent secondary damage. Landmark Construction and Emergency Services specializes in water extraction. They have been a trusted name in the Mid-South for over 20 years. They are a Memphis-based company ready to serve your needs with their 24-hour emergency response. They are always on call and will respond within an hour. They work with most insurance companies and are the official restoration contractor of the Memphis Tigers home team. Landmark Construction and Emergency Services can't prevent disasters in your home and at your business, but their water damage team will certainly respond quickly to minimize and restore the damage. Call 901-452-0390. That's 901-452-0390 or online at landmarkco.org.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, yes, that's the one, you have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage. Factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
Still working a crash on Hickory Hill at Shelby Drive. Also, the right shoulder is currently blocked right now on I-240 eastbound at Bill Morris Parkway. And also, this is a sort of a new accident on the roadways. We got an injury crash on Holmes Road at Mill Branch Road. We have a vehicle that struck a pole in that area. So keep all that in mind. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Zane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I can feel you watching in the night. All alone with me, we're waiting for the sunlight.
Come on out. Come on out.
When I feel cold.
Hour number 2. Soft Rock Tuesday. It's cold. It's cold, man. It's really cold. It's like 27 out there right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's too cold. What are we doing?
Too cold to be doing anything.
I know.
Literally.
I know. They're going to make me turn on this heat in the house. I don't want to do that.
Shout out to Joy, who's at Best Buy right now, trying to get a PS5.
Oh.
Praying for you, baby. That's love to you.
For you?
She a real
for you?
No.
For the youngster?
Yeah, she has a teenage son who's a semi-pro gamer out here. Like he's.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he's. I rarely see him. Like I rarely see him.
Yeah.
He's like gamer. Like
Would it be wrong for me to ask Joy to give me one too?
Yeah, just
yes.
Cash out her $1,000. You know, if she can get two, you'll have one today. Cash out her $1,000. I guarantee you'll have one.
She my brother-in-law used to live with a guy in right after I guess college, but he was a pro gamer, like international gamer, and this dude was making like incredible money, high six digits, like. $500K plus. They'd fly him out to like Brazil, and he'd be doing like seminar, like this gamer. What is it? What is happening? Like the setup is crazy. He has his room in the house that was dedicated to it. With just oh my god, I had no idea. Had no idea that such a line of work even existed, and had no idea that you could make that kind of bank doing it. But this guy was loaded, like early 20s, playing video games and making. $500K.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsorship deals, like they just send him like the latest computer equipment, and he had rooms full of it because they just kept sending it to him. Incredible. I don't know. It's you know what? That PS5 might be the ticket to significant lucrative future.
And Joy says she will get you one if she can, Zach. And at 8, the website crashed. I think she's actually in line at the store getting it.
Yeah, the website is good. Yeah, you can't. Forget about the website. It ain't gonna happen. There's plenty of that stuff.
Yeah, hour number 2. I'll get it when I get it. I'm sorry, man. I'll get it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not rushing out to get it and spend that kind of money. No, not on that right now. Hour number 2 is here, and we're in the middle of all kinds of stuff. We talked about the Grizzlies winning last night, an insane Monday Night Football game last night, with the Ravens ultimately winning and covering. Which is quite extraordinary, and Lamar Jackson having a cramps that affected him, certainly, as they will affect a lot of us. I remember one time I was about to ride a roller coaster, waited in line for about an hour and a half, and then I had the same cramps that hit me, and had to do a similar walk to Lamar Jackson to find a facility to take care of. It was a very frustrating situation. So I'm with you. I understand. I'm there with Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I know how these things can go. 67129 on the First Bank text line if you want to join us. 67129 on the First Bank text line. Joining us now, as he's doing on a regular basis, our a good friend, assistant coach of the University of Memphis Tiger basketball team, Jermaine Johnson. And first of all, good morning, Coach. How you doing? How you dealing with this frigid Tuesday morning?
Man, good morning to you guys, man. It is cold, boy, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
The weather changes. It changes rapidly.
Yeah, man. We were all kicking them with shorts on this weekend, Coach, and now it's a totally different situation.
Yeah.
I'm this close to turning on my heat. I really am. I don't want to do it. I mean, I don't know how cold it's got to get in this house. I'm this close to doing it. I don't want to. Oh, man, I don't want to.
Well, Coach, if we brought you on, we wanted to talk about Tiger basketball. I'm going to ask you the question that a lot of people are asking. What's going on with the offense, Coach? What do you think that needs to happen for the team to look more efficient on the court?
Well, we got to make shots first and foremost. Got to make open shots. We're getting the looks we want. We just got to make those shots. Also, we got to stretch the floor out. Guys not getting to the corners. So the spacing, Hubie Brown often stated in his years of coaching, offense is spacing and spacing is offense. Mm-hmm. So just getting our spacing better, which we've been honing on and working on since we got back from Atlanta. And so our spacing will be much better. We've been paying attention to it in details, and really guys getting in and getting extra shots. So we just got to make shots.
Coach, I meant to ask you this last week. Glad you were on this week. Hopefully we can have you on more often, as much as possible. Something I meant to ask you was, I'm sure you saw, Tiger basketball, of course, before becoming an assistant coach. What player were you most impressed with, like he was better than you thought he would be?
It's a great question. I would have to say Jaden Hardaway. I didn't see him play as much as in high school, and I believe once he get his breathing under control, he'll play more minutes. But this is work ethic, his ability to break down defenders with his first step. It was a complete shocker to me because I didn't get a chance to watch him play as much in high school. It was just when he was at East, I used to watch him sprint to the corners and knock down threes, and now he's able to put it on the floor, deck it, make the right reads and pick and roll, and also finish at the rim. So I've been impressed with him.
When you look at the way that you guys are putting together the offense, what's the idea behind the way you guys are running it? What are the things that you're looking for on each possession? What's the philosophy right now between you and Penny and Cody and the staff?
Well, we want high value shots. Any efficient offensive team, first and foremost, they want high value shots. You look for layups. Layups is first. Then secondly, you want to get to the free throw line. Then you want to be able to hit open threes with the right guy. You know what I mean? You can shoot threes all day, but at the end of the day, you can take threes, but you got to make threes. So you want to make threes with the right guy. And so high value shots, layups, free throws, being able to finish around the rim. And I know, as you guys seen the last game, we missed a lot of bunnies. We missed a lot of easy shots around the rim, what I call the A area, whereby we could have, extended the lead to 8-9 points, and then obviously shooting poorly from the free throw line. And so just got to correct those areas. I think defensively, we're one of the top 10 teams defensively in the country, and it's got to make shots. And so once we figure that out, we'll be fine.
Coach, last year's team had a lot of freshmen on the team, and it seems like a lot of times they kind of assumed that they would kind of breeze through the conference. And you can kind of see that on the court, that they had some games that they probably shouldn't have lost in conference play. Heading into conference play this year, how do you avoid some of those same lows, those same mental lows of coming in thinking these games will be a given?
I think your mind have to shift, and they have to understand, success is smart. Its biggest exam is failure. And so because you failed last year in many areas, in some areas, knowing that you got to embrace the process, you got to embrace the journey in order to be successful. And so, people think success is just calm. It's a microwave giving. No, it's an oven process. You got to go through the fire. And by passing it, you have to get past it. You have to get past your past failures in order to be successful. And so I think this group of guys, they're resilient. They're going to overcome. They're going to be able to win the big games. We didn't play a cupcake schedule. And to be playing in a global pandemic in empty arenas and still have the wherewithal to come out and fight and wear their Tiger blue and represent the name in the front of your jersey, it's just an awesome testament to these young men. So they're resilient, and I do believe there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Coach, how do you guys deal with criticism, especially when like you're a Memphian? Like it's easy to say, well, just tune everything out if you have a coaching job at UMass or wherever somewhere across the country. But when these are your guys when you go in the barbershop and you know everyone there, and you go home in the neighborhood and you know everybody there, you go to church and you know everyone. How do you deal with criticism when it's like literally going to be in your face?
You have to ignore it. I mean, I know that's easy to say, but you that's what you have to do. You can't hunt and you can't really key in on the criticism. That's part of life. I mean, that's part of life. I mean, you have to take the good with the bad, take the bad with the good, and keep on working. Just keep driving that pile, man, and stay focused. It takes Zoom focus. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have Zoom focus, you can easily be tackled by it. And so you really have to zoom in and stay focused, because once you look over there and you hear it, then you really off balance. And right now, you can't be off balance. You got to stay focused on the journey.
One of the things we talked about yesterday, and I'm curious your thoughts on this. Like it seems to me, watching the team, that you have a lot of really good players, a lot of depth, a lot of interesting lineups you can throw out there. But it seems as though the pecking order hasn't necessarily been established. And typically you have one or two guys that might be taking the lion's share of the shots, or might definitely be the A and B type guys. It doesn't seem that that's necessarily been established. Do you guys need to have a little less of an even playing field when it comes to shots? Do you want to see guys step up and be a little more big dog versus some of the other guys?
Well, that's part of personal and player development. You have to have the mindset to say good is my enemy, and I think once those guys, like yesterday, I had one-on-ones with DJ Jeffries, Musa Cisse, and Alex Lomack, and I brought them in for an hour. We watched film, and a lot of what you fail to realize in the game of basketball, they look at the physical training. Yeah, we can go out there and work on skill all day, but sometimes will overcomes your skill. You got to have the will. You got to have the heart, the mindset. And so doing mental training with those guys on the last 48 hours have been very beneficial. Their approach to practice, their approach to doing the unrequired work when practice is not in session. And so their focus is there. I mean, they're hungry. I told each one of them, you guys are going to have a PhD when it's all said and done. They said, what's that? You're going to be passionate, you're going to be hungry, and you're going to be driven. And so we getting better, man. We're not looking at the record. We're not looking. We're trying to make each day our masterpiece and trying to get better. That's what Coach always huns on, man. Being better. We're gonna own up to it. We're gonna grit up, and we're gonna be better.
But Coach, you got them sayings, man. I'm jotting them down as you go, man. That PhD, I gotta add that one to my notes, man. To go back to check out the podcast.
Zoom focus.
Yeah, Zoom focus.
I love it. I love this. I'm digging it. I like it.
Yeah, we're taking notes over here, man. But Coach, going back to your high school days, I gotta bring back high school JJ every time you come on. Put yourself in the shoes of your fellow former brothers that are high school coaches now, Shelby County school coaches who aren't able to play and probably, just being honest, won't have a season this year. What's going through your mind? What are your emotions right now going back to high school with JJ?
Oh, if I was in that situation and going through that, what they're going through, man, this is a pandemic. This is something that probably in our lifetime, in our parents' lifetime, they've never encountered. Mm. And so I think they're going to have to shift. I think their mindset got to shift. And as a coach that was once a high school coach, my mind would have shifted, because I would know right now there are no games. My kids are suffering mentally. They want to go to college. They want to earn those scholarships. They won't be able to win or defend or compete for any type of championship, whether it's a holiday tournament, a district tournament, a regional, and let alone a state. And so, how do I navigate and deal with this this global pandemic? And I think it's a new word that we're gonna have to embrace, and it's called phygital. And what that is, it's physical and digital. I mean, that's a word I made up. It's physical and digital.
My kids are going to Fidgetal school right now, as a matter of fact.
That's exactly what it's like. I promise you.
They are doing a lot of fidgeting in Fidgetal school too.
So I tell coaches, I mean, you gotta be socially distant, physical, but at the same time, this is a digital. The way this is going, we're not going back to normal anytime soon. So you got to be physical. You got to be physical and digital. And
I can't take it. Oh man, that's great.
I love that Jermaine Johnson joining us, assistant coach for the University of Memphis Tigers. Now you guys start conference play tomorrow, and it's a weird season, obviously, because it wasn't much in the way of non-conference. Normally you have a lot more time, a lot more games, a lot more evidence, a lot more stuff out there. But now you guys just jump right into the mix with a Tulane team that's undefeated, and again, only play 4 games, don't have a whole lot to go on from them. How do you prepare for this as a coach? You getting kind of getting your feet wet anyway, just in general, and now all of a sudden you've got a huge conference slate, and you guys are jumping right out of the gate.
Obviously, you guys both know, man. When you're studying, when you go into war, you have to study your opponent, and so our scouting is second to none. I'm telling you, we're gonna be prepared. We're gonna watch. We've watched every game. I mean, Ron Hunter is a great coach. He's won everywhere he's been, and so they run this matchup zone. So we've been studying and dissecting it and going back to see how they attacked it last year and better ways to attack it this year, knowing we're playing on the road. We got to make shots. We got to have great spacing. And at the end of the day, we have to defend to win. And so being able to take them out of what they're comfortable doing and taking away their rhythm. And so hunting in on their personnel, who are hot guys, who are cold guys, who are guys that makes them go, who is who is the motor, who is the engine that makes them go, who is the director of their offense. So knowing the ins and outs of the personnel, knowing their strategic strategies these past 4 games, and being able to put together, which we've already put together, a game plan to go in on the road and win. And obviously every road game is tough, no matter what conference you're in. But one thing for sure, your defense better be your insurance. Your defense better be your insurance. You can control that.
One of the things, too, I'm curious about from your vantage point, because you've obviously known Penny for a long, long time, and you've seen him in lots of different situations from high school now into college, obviously when he was a pro, all this stuff. The thing I always wonder about, from your vantage point, how well does a guy like that, who obviously has insane levels of talent, convey that to kids who don't have his level of talent? He's a guy that saw the court in a way that, we watch Ja Morant and, guys that are just unbelievably gifted in that way. Very few people who walk planet Earth are gifted in that way. And he's trying to convey that message to guys who don't have the natural gifts he does. How does he do that?
Just constantly having an open door. I mean, he's an open door guy. He's not a celebrity. He spend time with the guys, and he welcomes that. That's what I like about him, man. This dude to stay up all night and communicate with his guys, and they got an open door policy, man. And so I tell those guys all the time, man, you have a future NBA Hall of Famer. You have to take advantage of that and don't take him for granted. Take advantage of those situations, those opportunities you have to learn from one of the best, man. You go back and look at any one of his games, he's always won at every level, even as a player and coach. And now he's a leader he's a CEO of a high major university. And so just because he's a CEO does not take away the fact that he hadn't been through the rigors, he hadn't been through the wars. And so as players, you have to take advantage of that and just really go in and utilize that resource that he provides.
Coach JJ, when you talked about how you brought Penny Hardaway on as a speaker to come speak to your kids back when you were coaching at Melrose, and now you see him as Coach Penny Hardaway, like you said, the CEO of Memphis basketball, head coach, tons of players on his wing, just AAU influence, all these type of things. What have you seen as being the biggest change, the biggest growth, the biggest maturity that you've seen in Penny Hardaway as a coach over the years?
every great person always, grow in many areas.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him grow so much, not just as a coach, but as a leader. Like he is a leader. Like he's a transformational leader. He's not a dictator. He's not a transactional leader. He's a transformational leader, and those leaders are hard to find. I call them endangered species. His work ethic is intrinsic. I mean, he gets up every morning at 5. He works. He'll burn the midnight oil. He's always thinking how to make this university better. And so when you have a leader like that, man, that wants to pour, and that's a giver, not a taker. It's a big difference. You got two type of people. You got givers and you got takers. He's a giver. And anytime you got a human being like that, man, so I think he's professional wise. I mean, he never settles. And so as a player, as a middle school coach, as an AAU coach, as a high school coach, he's always gotten better because he never settled.
Do you when you're doing your digital film studies, let's say, you being a little digital, a little physical, do you show guys, like you said you talked to DJ and Musa and Alex yesterday, are you showing them good stuff and pumping them up and saying we need more of this? Are you showing them bad stuff and saying, nah, we don't need this, we need less of this? What's the philosophy on film study?
First and foremost, them understanding the philosophy of film study. Film study, I was told when I was young, well, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. No, the truth don't hurt. The truth helps. The truth helps you grow and develop. And so with Musa Cisse yesterday, I showed him old film of Akeem Olajuwon, Kevin McHale, Karl Malone, how poised they were in the post, how confident they were in the post, how instinctively distinctive they were in the post. So showing them old school clips, breaking down every little iota of details of footwork and balance and finishing of those iconic figures in the NBA. With DJ Jeffries, I showed him some clips of Rudy Gay and how his game translates and compare and contrast to Rudy Gay. With Alex Lomax, it was Marcus Smart. And so it's three type of learners: visual learners, auditory learners, and kinesthetic learner. And I told him yesterday, I don't know which one. I don't know which learner are you guys. So I'm going to give you all three. We're going to watch film. That's visual. I'm going to talk to you and try to motivate you. That's auditory. And then we're going to get on the flow, which we did an hour session of each. And that's kinesthetic, and show you the skills that are prerequisite for you getting better. And so I think if we continue to do that and hone in on their personal and player development plan, which this is coach's vision, we're gonna get better. And I'm excited because those guys were receptive and they received that in a holistic way. So.
Well, I can't wait. Can't wait to see what happens. And conference play, as we said, it's here. It's here.
Oh, yeah.
It starts tomorrow on the road at Tulane, then Tulsa, South Florida, Temple. It's coming fast and furious from this point on. And you guys are trying to do it in the middle of a pandemic. It's not easy, but man, we are thrilled. Love talking to you. Can't wait to do it again soon, and keep doing your thing. And keep making up these words because I'm
oh yeah, man, I'm down.
We're gonna have to start getting the glossary, the JJ glossary out here.
Oh man, digital. And coach, I work at the Y part time with the digital. I work with the digital. Virtual Learning Academy, like with kids.
I mean the Fidgetal Academy now. Yeah, we were changing the name to the Fidgetal Academy now.
It's the Fidgetal Academy.
That's
there
right.
it is.
I'm a Fidgetal educator. I'm a PE teacher.
Fidgetal education.
Fidgetal education.
Yeah, man. It's going down. I'm walking in the door. New word, fidgetal.
That's right. That's right. All right, Coach. Have a good one,
Appreciate
man. Love
man.
it.
See you
man,
next
thank you, man. You guys have a great day.
See you next week. That's right. Coach Jermaine Johnson joining us. Fidgetal.
I was like, what is he talking about? When he put it together.
I love it. I love it. He put it together. It's great. I'm a, you know me. I love when people play with words, man. This is my favorite, and that's awesome. That's awesome right there. Good stuff. Very interesting about what he tried to convey to each of those guys and show them about the way they're going to play, and we'll see what happens. You start on the road, as you said, not easy to start on the road.
No.
Tulane, we just don't know much about them because, again, I know he's got the game plan and they've done the film study and all that stuff. They really haven't played anyone of note. They won. They beat Lipscomb in a tight game, beat Southern Miss, who doesn't appear to be very good this year, Arkansas Pine Bluff, Lamar, just really haven't played anybody of any kind of quality, so it's really hard to know what they're going to look like against Memphis, is by far and away the best team that they will have played. I mean, not even in the same planet as the rest of the teams that they played so far. So really, some unpredictable stuff. We'll see how it goes. We'll talk about a little football. We'll get a little college football news in on the other side when we continue here. Sports 56 Mornings. Pete and Sang with you. Stick around.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
Is your bank standing in the way of you and your sportsbook? Try Action 24/7. We're cutting out the middleman. Deposit or withdrawal in cash. No more bank delays or failures. Action 24/7 has more than 100 partners in Tennessee for cash deposits and withdrawals. Visit action247.com for a location. Cash deposits and withdrawals from your Tennessee sportsbook. Action247.com. You got action.
Must be 21 or older and in Tennessee. For problem gambling support, call 800-889-9789.
Make your next grill your last grill with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, or grill. It's amazing. Ceramic will not rust, but will provide the best radiant heat, keeping your food crisp on the outside and juicy on the inside. Just ask Big Green Egg users how great the food is. And it comes with a lifetime guarantee. Make your next grill your last grill by purchasing a Big Green Egg at any of the following stores: Cordova Ace Hardware, Hamilton's Fireplace and Grills, Garden Spas and Pool, Germantown Hardware, and East Memphis Ace Hardware.
This season, over 1,000 NFL players participated in My Cause, My Cleats by wearing customized cleats in support of the causes they're passionate about.
I like that.
Fans can also bid on player cleats at NFL.com/auction.
There you go, there you go.
And help raise funds for the causes nearest to their hearts.
That's why I'm here. Heck yeah. Woo!
It takes you. It takes me. It takes all of us to be part of a movement for the greater good.
75 months at 3.4%. G4 LHF 129.69. MSRP 17,064. Outlander LZO 423.83. MSRP 26,235. PEV LZO 388.19. MSRP 38.1. Outlander PEV qualifies for a 5,836 federal tax credit. Consult your tax advisor. Includes all rebates in the NSPF 695. Excludes tax filing and license with approved credit. See for complete details. Offer ends 12/31/2020. Dealers only.
Where can you find 0% APR for 60 months? Plus up to $1,000 cash back on 2020 crossovers. Plus $500 holiday cash. Plus payments at $99 a month. We Gossip at Gossip Mitsubishi on the Pike during the 2020 year-end sales event. 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage G4. Buy for $11,749 or $99 a month. 2020 Outlander, $20,571 or $259 a month. Plus, crossover with 4x4 off-road capabilities with 74 MPG. 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid EV, $25,099 or $299 a month. Not leases, you own them. And Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
In today's world, a lot is going on, but one thing is always true. You need to take care of yourself. The skin clinics can help. Age, diet, genetics, and current events can conspire to make you look and feel much older than you are. It doesn't have to be that way. Call the skin clinics and let their expertly trained nurses, estheticians, and staff choose the treatment that best suits you and your pocket. There's so much you can do. Consider skin resurfacing and rejuvenation, lash extensions and specialty brows, injectables, medical-grade chemical peels, laser hair reduction, waxing, facials, makeup applications, and even services just for men. The Skin Clinics has it all in a caring, safe environment, always observing current social distancing guidelines. Go to theskinclinic.com to find out more and call today for your appointment at 901-345-SKIN. That's 901-345-SKIN. Taking care of yourself is good for you and your loved ones. Come to the Skin Clinics, 1300 Wolf Park Drive in Germantown.
Good news. Southland Casino is now back open. That's right. The most spacious casino floor in the Mid-South is ready to welcome you back to the action with live blackjack, roulette, craps, and all your favorite slots. The action kicks off every day at 9 a.m. and rolls all the way till 5 o'clock the next morning. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and make the short drive to Southland. We're ready for you. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Sports 56 traffic.
Still working an accident here on Holmes Road at Mill Branch Road. The vehicle struck a pole. That's Holmes Road at Mill Branch Road. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
He turned to me as if to say, hurry, boy, it's waiting there for you.
Digital! Let's get digital! Man, making up words, I love it. Love it. Hour number 2 continues. Thanks again to Dwayne Johnson for joining us. Going to be a regular on the show, so we're excited about that.
Oh, yeah, man. It's going to be great.
It's going to be fantastic.
And Coach JJ sounds like he's been up for 5 hours when he comes on at 8 in the morning.
He does.
He sounds like
man.
He doesn't sound tired at all when he comes on. Like, man, what time did you wake up, bro? Like, cause he's
that's
he sounds
the thing,
up.
man. That's the thing is coaches are like that. I don't think like coaches don't ever sound tired. Very. I've never heard it. I remember talking to Damon Stoudemire when he coaches at Pacific. He's coaching out on the West Coast, and I talked to him at probably, I guess it was like 8 o'clock our time. So what, like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever it was, over on the West, and he sounded like the man had been awake for hours. I mean. I don't know, man. Coaches are wired different.
Yeah, they build different.
That's all I can say. They don't need sleep. They don't admit the mental strength is quite something. And again, the making up phrases and words. I'm here for it all day long. That is like my favorite thing in the world to see. So I'm excited about that.
So down.
Let's get digital. All right. So. Coming up, we're going to talk. We'll talk a little bit more about the Grizzlies coming up in hour number 3. College football news. Clark Lee is the Vanderbilt head coach. As he jumps in, he's going to be very, very busy over the next a little bit. He's a Vandy alum, DC at Notre Dame for the last few years, so he's probably going to be doing double duty. Once things get rolling with the CFP situation, he's going to, I would assume Notre Dame is jumping into the playoffs. It certainly looks that way. So he'll be dealing with that, and then kind of also coach at Vanderbilt as well, and get to the recruiting. He's got a lot of work to do, but he is an alum, and he's highly touted in terms of what they could look at and what they could possibly get. It's probably about as good as they could do in that situation. So we'll see. What it looks like. Vanderbilt, Georgia has been canceled. Georgia's looking for another opponent. So if you want to get some guys together, saying and see if you can't make it happen. Colorado State has been discussed as a possible team that they would play. Arkansas State's hired Butch Jones, brick by brick. I feel so sorry for that program. I love people in Jonesboro. I love Jonesboro. Jonesboro, shout out. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe this is his level.
Yeah.
Maybe this is his
level. Might be his level, man. Did we talk about Gus Malzahn at all yesterday?
No. We're getting there. We're getting there. So Butch is hired. Major Applewhite looks like he's going to be his offensive coordinator, too. So it's a big name staff at Arkansas State. But typically Arkansas State's gone with sort of a different type of coach. So we'll see if it all works out. You alluded to Gus Malzahn being forced out by the moneyed booster group, and they're going to pay him a lot. He's going to get a big old payoff. Gus has gone from hot seat to like major success, back to hot seat for so long. It almost seemed like he was going to escape this one too. This one kind of seems a little unexpected to me, but he's out, and. I don't know, man. It's interesting because his players the fans, boosters clearly were ready for him to be gone. But the players were really into it, and there's a lot of players who were very vocal about their appreciation for what he did for them and what he did for their lives and their careers and stuff, and a kind of an unusually active show of support for a guy in that situation. So he'll have no problem finding another gig. Very interesting to see what Auburn does from here, and frankly, there are all kinds of weird just rumors about what they might try to do, and I have absolutely no idea what will happen with Auburn. I have absolutely no idea. But I suspect they'll have to make a big time play at somebody.
Well, have you heard about The Rock in
Rock?
In Knoxville with Jeremy Pruitt?
Like Dwayne Johnson? Are they going to hire him? Now that would be a great hire. I like the former player at Miami. I like
strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, guys in immaculate shape. Absolutely, I love it.
Or he could play the same role that what's his name? Donna. What's the actor's name? He does like the call or something for for LSU. Is it LSU? I don't know, man. You know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about? What is happening right now? What? I don't even know what.
The guy who's like from
the world.
It's like he's a white actor. He's got like a heavy Southern drawl thing, like a New Orleans type thing.
Yeah.
He does something for some university.
John Goodman?
No, Dennehy.
Tim Donaghy? You're thinking of Tim Donaghy. He's a referee. He was white, but he was a referee that was Robert Downey.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. What is happening right now? Anyway, forget about all that. I don't know. I don't know what the
UT Rock thing, man. Like they painted.
Yes. What about the Rock?
They painted. Get rid of your boy Jeremy Pruitt on the Rock. Bail me out, Zach. Well, I'm finding out this actor's name.
I don't.
So the Rock,
bail me out.
Yeah, so the UT, they got the Rock that students come on and spray paint whatever they want on it. So somebody spray painted fired Pruitt on the Rock, but then
I'm surprised it's taking that long.
Yeah, but then somebody painted over it, painted over the Rock, just fired Pruitt, and then they came back and they said something in the lines of like, we have more paint than you.
So somebody painted over the fire Pruitt, and then somebody came back and was like, "We have more paint than you."
Yeah. So the picture says Pruitt. Cannot talk. Pruitt. Fire Pruitt. Save UT football.
Right.
Okay. They painted over it, and then after that, somebody says, we have more paint than you. And then they painted over that with poop on top of it. So it's like, it's crazy.
With poop?
Yeah.
Was this Lamar Jackson involved in all this? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
I got my actor.
Boy, that was quite a tale there. My Lord. I'm still not unclear as to what in the world is going on.
I got my actor, but I still can't find what he did.
What are you talking about?
It's Matthew McConaughey.
Some texter says Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey's the minister of culture at the University of Texas.
Yeah, that's what.
So you got like literally all that just completely wrong. But
that's what I'm saying, man. I can't remember what school it was, but yeah, him. Like The Rock could do what he does. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, well, and that would be fine. I want The Rock to actually coach Tennessee, just for the record.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
So
he's got some acting. He's got some football movie experience out there,
Jeremy Pruitt was asked yesterday if he had gotten assurances that his job was safe, and he kind of didn't really answer the question. He sort of was like, "Well, our focus is Texas A&M and blah 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 and all this." We'll see. They could still obviously end up in a bowl because the bowls this year. I'm gonna tell you something. The bowls this year are going to be awful, unwatchable outside of the playoffs because. Teams you've already gone through an insanely difficult season with games being, out of the mix. You have, right now the state of Tennessee is literally the worst place in the world for COVID in terms of cases. We are living in literally the worst place on planet Earth, Anthony's saying. for COVID. So that's not good. So you combine all these sorts of things with what's likely to be a very tough next few weeks. Teams opting out, players opting out. I think these bowls are going to be literally unwatchable. I think that they're going to be absolutely awful.
Will you be tuning in for the Montgomery Bowl?
I can't. Again, I just can't imagine that there's going to be anything. I don't know. I mean, I suspect players will be opting out. I suspect teams, maybe entirely or almost certainly will be opting out. I know there's some money involved or administrative stuff. So, I don't know. I just think it's going to be. I think it's going to be bad, and I wouldn't blame anybody. It's been an incredibly challenging season to try to get this stuff going and try to play get through all this stuff. These guys are worn out. Everyone's just mentally done. Everyone's done with it. Everyone's just done with the whole thing. It's really, really hard to continue and to try to make this thing work. As far as Tennessee is concerned, though, the question becomes, why in the world did Philip Fulmer give an extension to Jeremy Pruitt at the beginning of the season?
You tell me.
In the summer, why? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know at the time. It didn't make any sense at the time. It makes even less sense now. He's not good, now provably not good, and now you have to pay him more to leave if you want to get rid of him. Philip Fulmer, once again, the old ball coach being the athletic director is increasingly less common, and this is why, because the old ball coach does old ball coach decisions like this one, and he's really the only one that has a lot of time for Jeremy Pruitt right now. I don't know. I can't see them getting rid of Pruitt, but maybe. I mean, he's been so bad, and it's been such an awful situation, and Tennessee looks so out of their depth right now. And on top of that, you got Jim Chaney as offensive coordinator, who everyone talked about how what a big hire he was, and what a game breaker he's going to be, and he's making $1.6 million. They asked him to voluntarily forego some of that money, a couple $100,000, to help the rest of the athletic department stay afloat, and he refused to do it. In fact, all the Tennessee coaches, pretty much, except for Pruitt, who didn't take his $400,000 raise, the other Tennessee coaches wouldn't take pay cuts to help the other people in the staff, stay afloat during a pandemic. And then they come out and play like this. I got no sympathy for any of them.
Yeah, it's rough.
Get rid of all of them, man.
Let's get rid of all of them. Starting from
selfish, brutal, terrible, top to bottom, terrible. Yeah, and I don't even know who. I don't know. Scotty points out on Twitter that he says Fulmer wouldn't hire Hugh Freeze, so firing Pruitt would be a stupid move. I don't know who Fulmer would hire. I don't think he'd hire Hugh Freeze. I think whoever he'd hire wouldn't be very good. So, no, I can't see it being a good thing. But I don't know. Teams have already passed Tennessee by. It's been a rough year.
Yeah,
it's been a rough year for a lot of reasons.
For the good old Vols, it's been tough. Somebody said it was Brian Dennehy who I was referring to. No, it's not.
I was so confused about what in the world you were talking about.
Yeah, sometimes stuff just kind of goes through my head, and I just can't put it
together. Yeah, and you just throw it out there, and it's just like, well, when you leave, the rest of us try to figure out what
I was talking about.
Figure out what you're trying to talk about.
But what does he do? What does McConaughey do for Tennessee? For Texas.
He does nothing for Tennessee.
He's just an ambassador.
He's the Minister of Culture. It's not.
What does that mean?
No, they made a title for him. He is called the Minister of Culture, and he comes up with ideas. He consults with the athletic department. He does promotions for them. He helps apparently helps the students to maximize their marketing opportunities, all kinds of stuff like that. But he's literally called. They made up a role for him. He's the Minister of Culture.
So he's a.
It's a real like position.
He's a glorified booster.
No, I mean he's an employee. Like he works for the, and he's obviously a fan, but he works for the group. He works for the team. He works for the university. He's a guy. He's the Minister of Culture. It's a whole different thing. No one's going to do that. SMU will not play in the Frisco Bowl after contact tracing in SMU's program popped up this week. So Frisco Bowl, UT San Antonio. Can you replace teams in bowl games very quickly? Maybe you can. I don't know. We'll see. not going to not going to happen there. The NCAA is going to allow teams to make up their own game to play after December 19th if they want to. Bowls are canceled, no tie-ins for this is going to be wild. It's going to be wild right there. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen from here. On top of all of that, now is they're trying to figure out this final game of the season. Indiana and Purdue have mutually agreed to cancel their game this weekend because of COVID issues at both schools. Colorado is not scheduling an opponent to replace their Oregon game, which has been canceled. Utah State Colorado State game originally scheduled for this weekend has been declared a forfeit. It's not. It didn't happen in the rule book. It's not going to affect anything one way or the other. I don't know, man. It's as we said, it's a very challenging year, and I think you're going to see that with these bowls. I think you're going to see a lot of teams, as SMU had, they're going to have some issues certainly when it comes to the holiday season, and asking these players to go and play in bowls around this time of year with what's been going on. I don't think it's going to work out real well. So the quicker this season is kind of just turn the page and try. Hopefully by next year, next summer, things are in a much better place with the vaccine now being rolled out and these vaccines being very effective. Hopefully by next fall we can be in a much better place, so we can have a much more normal college football season. Because this one,
I'm
glad it's happened.
This one just ain't it, man.
This one has not been it.
But we're going to crown a national champion more than likely. So I think that's
it would appear so.
The stuff that we always said was unnecessary fanfare and just traditional stuff like bowl games. Anyway, at this point, having a actual national championship semi-tournament, so to speak, there's always been extra anyway. So how can we really be mad that they're not any good on a year like this? So.
That's it. There you go.
Well, we expect them not to be good. They could be great for all we know. So. But yeah.
Well, we'll have an update on the college basketball. A tough story over the weekend. An update on that story from the SEC when we return. Sports 56 Mornings, Peter and Sam with you. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
You have opinions?
I think they got a lot of athletic ability.
We want to hear them.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you.
Call us on the First Bank phone line at 360-8255 or text us on the First Bank text line at 67129.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Rocking around the key rides, have a happy holiday.
holiday. That's right, Mid-South. Gossett Kia on the Pike is rocking away at the Kia Holiday Sales Event Command the Season. And gift wrapping is available on your 2020 Kia Forte $142 a month lease, 2021 Kia Soul $148 a month lease, plus 2021 Kia K5 $192 a month lease. All just 36 months, $3149 due at signing. So get them what they really want this season, a new ride from Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike. Or shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, $3149 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME 29910, MSRP $20,625, Soul M7755,682, MSRP $20,315, K5 MG 003199, MSRP $25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit, warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 12/31/20, dealer stock only.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, with today's low rates, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. With a cash out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, you could consolidate and pay off high interest debt, tackle home improvements that could add value to your home, or even set aside cash for your child's future education. We've already helped over 1 million clients just like you reach their home financing goals this year alone. So remember this. What can give you the technology to refinance easily and save money? Rocket can. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. That's 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Savings are based on quick loans, internal data. Points and fees may apply. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing letter. License in all 50 states and NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
What's up, Memphis? This is former Memphis kicker Steven Gostkowski. I know you've heard of Platinum Jewelers by now. You've heard from former Grizzly Mike Miller and my man D'Angelo Williams tell you about them. Now take it from me, a two-time Super Bowl champ. Platinum Jewelers is the best in the business. When it's time for jewelry, make sure you give Platinum Jewelers a look before you buy.
Platinum Jewelers has a brand new location in Germantown at 9387 Poplar Avenue. Visit them or at 545 Perkins Extended in East Memphis or online at platinumjewelers.com.
Spend the holidays at home this year with a little help from Family Leisure. Family Leisure has so many spas in stock and hundreds more on order. Now's your time to really save big. Huge savings on pool tables, game tables, arcades, massage chairs, and a whole lot more. Buy a pool now and save the 2021 price increase. Plus, you'll get early installation scheduling. The Holidays at Home sale happening now at Family Leisure, Whidden Road at I-40, where family and fun come together for the holidays.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Easy lover, she'll get a hold on you, believe it. Like no other, before you know it, you'll be on your knees.
This is one of my favorite songs. My man Philip Bailey, Phil Collins, good stuff. Keontae Johnson of Florida is following simple commands, but he remains in critical, stable condition, according to a statement yesterday from Florida. Very scary situation as Florida was playing Florida State on Saturday. He just collapsed face first as he was walking back out onto the court after a timeout. Everyone, visibly upset at this situation, and we've seen, players die as a result of this. You remember Hank Gathers, Len Bias, Reggie Lewis. Guys, it has happened before. It's a very, very scary thing, but apparently he is at least stable, although still critical. And is there? They've all had COVID situations. There could be some relationship there. Who knows? But it's just a scary thing to be sure. An all SEC player. I mean, an extremely good player. Mm-hmm. They continue to play the game. Both teams, said they wanted to play. I don't know. That seems.
That was a strange situation. It seems like, especially in the time we're in now, man. If somebody goes down, I don't understand why they kept that game going. I mean, period. I mean, it was just. As much as games are getting canceled right now, pausing that game until you heard more about that kid would have been the ideal thing to do, what you would expect it to happen, but that was just a scary moment. And I haven't been kind of glued to my phone up checking resets on information like that outside of free agency or trade deadline or anything. It's been a while since I've done something like that, but that story definitely had me captivated to see what was going on. I was assuming something would come out being COVID related with him, and it did come out that he did have it this summer, as well as a lot of other of his teammates on that Florida team. And we have to, like I said, man, like people, we have people who troll all the time on the show, whether it be text or whatever they're doing, or texting in or whatever, who say, these are, the death rate, all these type of things. But we always say, regardless of the death rate, there's so many things we don't know about COVID-19. Like we don't know what the long-term effects of. We don't even know what the 6-month effects of it are for the most part. And we see guys who are strong, healthy guys, like Devontae was, and he had a complication from it. And it hasn't been 100% confirmed that it was COVID related, but I mean, come on, what are we talking about? So it's wild, it's unfortunate to see, and it's just scary, man. And you see that everything's pushing on. Sports are continuing, which I pretty much expected to happen. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's over." It ended this weekend. It's like, no, I think they're still going to push through. But to act like act like it's just these guys are young and strong, they'll get over it. Can't always say that, man. And fortunately, he didn't pass away from this, but we just living in new and different times, and it's just still so much uncertainty about this disease. And
that's no question.
Yeah, what can happen with it.
And again, we are literally in the state of Tennessee is the number one COVID case area in the entire world, in the planet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That ain't good. Had 1,000 cases yesterday here, had 1,300 cases yesterday in Nashville. Positivity rates are still, 12, 13, 15. Nashville, they thought it was a mistake. They went back and double checked it. No, it wasn't a mistake. It's after Thanksgiving. I mean, this is the Thanksgiving surge, that we talked about.
Yeah.
So just we got vaccines, needles are being put in arms, and so that's good. We just got to get through this, but there's going to be. This winter's gonna be tough, and we gotta make good decisions for just a little bit longer, and then we can be at a better. Just hold on, Just hold on. Hour number 3, hold on. Hour number 3 on the way. Stick around.
Boy, man, I had a rough night's sleep. Boy, I got a letter from the IRS yesterday, and I just couldn't sleep. Man, I'm dying here. Somebody help me.
IRS problems affect more than just your finances. If you're ready to take back control of your life and you owe more than $10,000, you need to call the Tax Doctor. Their expert staff can immediately protect you from the IRS and state collectors and get you the best possible tax settlement guaranteed. The IRS has recently released new programs geared in helping struggling taxpayers, where you may qualify to settle your tax debt and wipe out up to 85% or more of what you currently owe. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call the Tax Doctor right now. See if you qualify to pay less.
Call 800-715-5923. That's 800-715-5923. Again, 800-715-5923. That's 800-715-5923.
Before you drive the all-new Nissan Rogue, you gotta ask yourself, how rogue are you gonna go? We talking be one with nature in the desert rogue? Go snowshoeing in Alaska rogue? Or take the long way home just because kind of rogue? Just a question, but with 5 available drive modes, you're sure to find the answer.
Go rogue in the all-new, fiercely reimagined 2021 Nissan Rogue, now with the most standard safety features in its class. See Owner's Manual for important safety information. Auto Pacific segmentation. 2021 Nissan Rogue versus latest in market competitors. Base models compared.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
If ever there was a time for comfort food, this is it. And there's no comfort food like Sunrise on Jefferson. Fresh made breakfast featuring Sunrise's signature homemade square biscuits, or the huge selection of hot, fresh, and fast lunch items are all part of what has always made Sunrise the most comforting of comfort foods in Memphis. Of course, everything that can be done to keep you and the staff safe at Sunrise is a top priority. And you can always order ahead and get delicious Sunrise to go. At a time this confusing, it's good to know there's one thing you can count on: Sunrise.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME 299.10, MSRP 20,625, sold M7755 682, MSRP 20,315, K5MG 003,199, MSRP 25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 12/31/20, dealer stock only.
Are you ready to be happy this holiday season? Well, we got you covered at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. So come be happy with Kia's holiday sales event. Command the season. 2020 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. 2021 Kia Soul, $148 a month lease. Plus 2021 Kia K5, $192 a month lease. All just 36 months, $31.49 due at signing. Stay happy all season long with Forte, $142, Soul, $148, Kia K5, $192. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Looking for a high-efficiency planting solution? The Case IH 2150 Early Riser Planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a rugged row unit for a fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH 2150 Early Riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so that you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag Equipment at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH Equipment headquarters.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
All right, y'all. Back-to-back days, no traffic heading into the third hour of the show. Clap it up again. Like I said, slow start to the day. Slow start to the morning. Had a few accidents. Now we have none. The only thing you got to worry about is they're experiencing power outages at Holmes Road at Mill Branch Road due to the vehicle hit the pole. Other than that, so far we're traffic free heading into this third hour. Clap it up for yourselves. This is your Sports 56 traffic update, man.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I am a man who will fight for your honor. I'll be the hero.
Such a good song.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I gotta say, we gotta get soft rock back on the map here. We need. I
mean, I think it's on the map. I really do. I don't think it's never left the map as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it's just we gotta get the new generation, the younger generation, to make more soft rock songs.
Or something like
that.
Yeah, there is a spot in this current generation for soft rock. I could say.
Maybe that's what Jaren and Mojo have up their sleeve.
I would love to hear their take on soft rock.
But when you kind of call it that, because it's kind of like soft rap. It's not like
it's soft. It is soft rap.
It's
definitely soft rap. It's I don't know. That's interesting. Like is that? I got to kind of think about that. For a
we got to make soft rap a genre, and kind of do that on Tuesdays.
It's certainly like slow rap. And
yeah,
trippy
you know,
rap,
some Lil Baby,
kind of thing.
Trippie Redd, some Jaren, Justice. Yeah, man.
Dylan.
Yep.
When's he gonna rap? Jaren.
He's probably got that Drake Toronto.
He got
flow.
that right.
Yeah, he probably got that.
OVO.
He probably got that OVO sound. You know, a little Weekend. You know what I mean?
Man, it is here. Hour number 3. It's cold outside. When we got up this morning, it was 23 degrees when I woke up this morning.
Crucial.
That is just too. That's just not cool, man. That's cold, and it's only improved to 33 now. High is going to get up to maybe 40, but it's going to be cold, man. So if you are making your way to work already, bundle up, throw several layers in the mix. It is going to be cold, and you're probably not going to love it. I'll be honest with you. We talked to Jermaine Johnson, the assistant coach of the University of Memphis men's basketball team. Tigers in action tomorrow night against Tulane. Good stuff from him. We talked a lot of college football in that last segment. Before we talk a little Grizzlies, again, the preseason. Last night, the NFL was insane. NFL's been insane. This was off the charts. Where to even begin with last night's game? Baker Mayfield and the Browns, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, and Lamar Jackson had a little stint with the Browns apparently in the middle of the game, and then he was back with the Ravens, and he was back out there. Incredible. 47-42. I don't even know where to begin with this one. Lamar Jackson comes back from the locker room after getting an IV for his cramps, let's say, and
it could have been cramps. I mean, when have you ever had the bubble guts that didn't come with some type of stomach cramp? I mean, what are we talking about? I mean,
no. I mean, it's definitely. I'm sure he was cramping.
But it wasn't the kind of cramp
when you say cramps, the indication is that it's something else.
Yeah, the BGs.
Leg cramps or something like that. You don't mean mud butt. That's a different kind of cramp situation right there. But apparently Lamar Jackson, he says he didn't have to. He says I didn't pull a Paul Pierce. I didn't. So congratulations to Paul Pierce for having that named after you. He didn't do it.
Yeah.
But why would he be ashamed of it? It's just how it is.
You had to, you had to do your thing.
Sometimes you got to go. I mean, you've had instances on the show where you had to run and.
Yep. Where I've texted you like, "Hey, wrap this up." I got that's the real situation.
I got cramps.
Got to pull the Paul Pierce right here. Yep.
That's right. It happens sometimes when you're in a live situation where you can't, and sometimes you get nervous about it because that adds to your stress. Like you can't get away, so your stomach kind of just acts up even more. We've had plenty of guys that have done that before, though. Famous soccer player Gary Lineker pooped his pants during a World Cup game back in 1990. And if you watch the video, it is quite something, let me tell you. You don't see it, but you see him like go down on a tackle, and then he obviously that jostled something loose, and he literally just did it right there on the field.
Oh, no.
And it had been raining, so you couldn't really tell. And thank God there wasn't like HD or 4K because it really would have been bad. But but you see him shuffling his butt like a dog, like he's scooting his butt on the ground like a dog, like trying to kind of clean it up a little bit. And like in the middle of a match, like in a soccer, soccer, like you can't. There's no like checking out of a game to go to the back.
Right.
Soccer, if you sub out, like that's it, like you're out, like there's no going back in. So he literally can't go anywhere on that. And he said he never had as much space because people just didn't want. The smell was just. Oh.
Well, Dustin Starr just tweeted at us and he said, "Baby Lamar Jackson had that flu you guys were talking about last week. He might have maybe had ammonia up the pneumonia up the ass."
Oh.
Had pneumonia up the booty hole.
The pneumonia, for sure. Somebody's mom and grandma was probably having a discussion.
And Lamar Jackson should know better, man. If you were to guess what guy in the league probably has actually heard that before, Lamar Jackson is probably one of those guys who grandmama told him, you can't be out there playing football, with your hooping shorts on, in the wintertime.
Rumor has it that Larry Izzo, a former player, he's now a special teams coach for the Seahawks, but he used to play for a few teams, including the Patriots. One time when he was playing for the Patriots, he had to he actually did his business on the sideline during a game, pulled it off, and was able to keep playing and received a game ball for it from Bill Belichick for being able to go to the sidelines,
take a dunk.
Yep, and then come back and actually still play without affecting his ability to play.
Yeah, it's nasty.
I bet you he's never gotten another game ball in his life.
Yeah, I wouldn't give him anything ever. Hey, I was at McDonald's one time after the club, and it was I'm sorry, I wasn't leaving the club. It was after club time, and it was these car full of girls, loud music. Just you could just tell they left the club or whatever. And they're in the line at McDonald's, and there's like a lot of laughing and giggling going on. So I'm like, okay, you see it all the time. The lady in McDonald's proceeds to pass this girl a roll of toilet paper. And then this girl gets out with her club clothes on, skirt like up to, super short skirt on. She goes behind bushes, takes a dump, and comes back and hands the roll of paper towel back to the lady at McDonald's. I then proceeded to inch my car in reverse and get out of the line because there was no way I'm going to eat anything that was coming out of McDonald's after that transaction of passing the.
Where was this?
This is at the McDonald's on Winchester. Way back when there were clubs in Hickory Hill. I can't remember what it was. A club somewhere. What was that club that was right down the street?
Denim and Diamonds.
No,
or 616.
No, it was
not 616.
Going east. Crap,
yeah.
man. Is it level? Not level 2.
That was.
I thought that was there.
Yeah, it was there, but that was
No, it was on Winchester. It was like down the street on Winchester down there. But anyway, it was like right down the street, and those girls were coming from. This girl went in the bushes, did her business, and came back and handed that roll of toilet paper back through the McDonald's window. I was like, no, I won't be eating McDonald's tonight. Actually, I did eat McDonald's. I just wanted to change it up for the radio.
You want to sound like you were. You want to sound like you had a little more going on. Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah.
No, I told you the story about when I was. I had to wait. I mean, we were at Cedar Point, famous theme park up in Sandusky, Ohio, with some of the best roller coasters in the world. Really awesome. And there was one that at the time was the tallest and fastest steel roller coaster in the United States. A coaster called Millennium Force. And I rode on this coaster. I'd ridden it once already, and I wanted to ride it again. The line was very long, and I had to sit there and wait forever. I had already seen, I should point out, a lady walking off of this coaster with brown on her dress, the back of her dress, like she had clearly evacuated herself previously on this ride. I'd seen that earlier that morning, so I presume that everything had been cleaned up by that point. So this is the history of that particular ride. So I wait in line for like an hour and a half. I mean, literally an hour and a half waiting in line. And this is not one of those Disney lines where like there's some interesting things to look at, during when you're in, like, Disney has cool lines where you can see all kinds of different things going on, and they try to entertain you, and they have like videos and stuff playing. No, this was 2002. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have anything. I'm sitting there with nothing to do for an hour and a half, but just stand in this line. Finally got up to the front, and when I got to the front, I could feel that feeling. You know that feeling. When something's about to happen,
the loving,
the bubble guts, the something hits you,
the prelude.
And I'm questioning, like, okay, can I make this ride? I got maybe 10, 15 more minutes. I'm going to go on a roller coaster, but then, can I? So I got to the very, very front, and I asked the security guard that was at the very front. I was like, man, look, I've got to go to the bathroom. Like, can you? You've seen me wait this whole time. Can I just like go and jump back in line right here? And he's like, no. No sympathy whatsoever. Not even, barely even looked at me. So I was like, all right. I get all the way up to the very top. You have to go up this, elevated platform. I get all the way to the very top. I'm about to get on this ride. I've been waiting for, probably 2 hours at this point. I'm about to get on there, and I feel that next wave, and I'm like, this is the big one. It's going to happen. And so right as I'm about to walk on, all the rest of the people that are with me are getting on the ride. And I got to make the decision, do I get on the ride and just blow it out, or what do I do here? So I'm like, I can't do it. I got to go. So I duck down the I guess it was the handicapped entrance ramp. There's like a little ramp thing right next to it. I have to just duck out. And as I'm doing it, like I'm walking below all these people, and they're yelling at me. They're yelling unspeakable things because they think I'm chickening out and not going on the ride. Like I've gotten up to the ride and I've decided not to do it. So all these strangers are yelling like terrible things at me. Like, I don't know why these people would do this. They're like, yeah, get on the ride. I can't speak. I can't say the things they're calling me, but I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. I've already ridden it. Like, I mean, I'm trying to explain, while I'm doing the Lamar Jackson duck walk. And I finally make it to a toilet that was way too far away. And, yeah, suffice to say, I only rode that coaster once. And it was, I'll never forget the sadness and shame that I felt as my body betrayed me at a key moment.
Your body will let you down. Let me ask you this, Peter, as far as that goes. We'll wrap this up because it seems like here's 2 weeks in a row we ventured into the rectum of Sports Talk Radio. But where are you at on the whole diarrhea control thing? Like I'm a big person on taking anti-diarrhea medicine. Like as soon as I have that first disruptive situation, I'm gonna hit something to stop the. You
don't want any part of that?
We're gonna cut the flow off because some people say, well, it's best to go ahead and let it get out of your system.
I just let it go.
Nah, because man, you'll fall out, man. Like no, I take something immediately. I immediately cut.
I mean, unless I have it for like a very extended period of time. But no. I mean, as long as it's just 1 or 2 incidents, I'm fine.
Yeah, I gave it 2. I gave it a couple times to run his course. After that, yeah, we're cutting out the flow, man. Yeah. Because it's a horrible feeling.
But see, the flip side of that is even worse.
What's
you
that?
cut off the flow, and then you have to evacuate. Like the flip side is. Oof.
I mean, like if you got to throw up or something?
No, I'm saying when you eventually get rid of all that stuff, after the stuff wears off, it's terrible. Like the terrible feeling. Like you can only cut the flow off for so long. You can't. At some point it's gonna happen. I don't like that either.
Have you ever ate something that you know is gonna upset your stomach, but you don't care anyway because it's so good? Like this gonna be a.
I don't really have anything that upsets. Meal. I don't really have anything that upsets my stomach like that. But I have eaten when I knew that my stomach wasn't I wasn't feeling well.
Right.
But I just couldn't resist. Like I was like, oh god, this is so good. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been there. You can't, man, because you can't help it.
There are certain meals I know this is gonna get me right. So I said, okay, this is probably a double dose of diarrhea poop. So it's worth it.
But sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do
it. There's stuff that's worth it in this world. There's stuff that's worth that risk. Man, 67129. If you got any of those stories you want to share with the world, I'm certainly a fan of just keeping it real. That these things happen, man. We can't. Your body it's just part of life. Sometimes the Lamar Jackson situation hits, and sometimes you just have to accept that and do your thing. That's life. That's life. So that game happened, and then of course a big shout out to everybody who had the Ravens and somehow managed to cover. I mean that's a miracle. Commiserations to everybody that had the Browns. My God, that was just awful. Our friend Max said had Ravens -3, and after the last field goal was content with a push, was turning off the TV when the safety happened, woke the kids up celebrating. Yeah, it was. If you were on the right side of that, that's a miracle. If you were on the wrong side of it, it's an awful curse. One of the worst beats imaginable. If you were on the wrong side of it, but man. And as I said earlier, our buddy Eli Savoy had a big win last night. So shout out to Eli for taking it home.
I gotta get on the band.
Navigating those waters of uncertainty with Lamar Jackson, and really benefiting from that Willis Reed esque return.
Paul Pierce / girls in the McDonald's line getting past the roll of toilet paper.
Oh, why?
And I mean, these kind of girls, like you couldn't have told them that they weren't like the baddest girls in the club that night, but like she literally went and took a dump in the bushes on the side of McDonald's, and I was like, okay, that makes me question everything.
It's like New York, man. I'll never forget the Flavor of Love in New York back in the day.
Something,
people on the stairs.
Yeah.
You just can't Can't do that. I don't care how drunk you get. There's just you can't be doing that. You just can't. We can't be having that. Everybody, let's control ourselves.
Yeah, we gotta do better.
Okay. Well, thankfully, nobody. I mean, Minnesota sort of looked like they were doing that. Metaphorically speaking, they were pooping themselves, but it really just because they're not very good. We'll talk about last night's game, about what we saw from John Morant and the Grizzlies and more. 67129 on the text line. 67129. As we continue here in this hour of the program, brought to you by our friends at Acura of Memphis, online AcuraMemphis.com, 385 and Ridgeway. You can find them there. Terrific savings right now. It is the time of year. Because, of course, obviously, everyone's celebrating. It's the season celebration for so many folks. And even though it's been, it's been a challenging year, there's no question about that. The folks at Acura Memphis have made it a very special one, indeed, and finish it off in style. You're talking about the Season of Performance event right now with that 2021 TLX, as low as 1.9% APR, up to 60 months for well-qualified buyers, and all the new 2021 Acura TLX models. Also lease rates as low as $399 per month for 36 months. It is terrific. Plus, there's $1,000 towards that, and a whole lot more. MDXs are on sale too. It's just the time to buy. Great rates on certified pre-owns as well that you can only get at Acura of Memphis. Find out more online, AcuraofMemphis.com. You can go see them personally, or you can do it virtually. It's as Coach JJ would say, a phygital. World, and they are helping you with all of that. Acura of Memphis and AcuraofMemphis.com. We'll talk Grizzlies when we return. Sports 56 Mornings.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME 299.10, MSRP 20,625, Soul M7755 682, MSRP 20,315, K5MG 003,199, MSRP 25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title license with approved credit, warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Offer valid through 12/31/20, dealer stock only.
Are you ready to be happy this holiday season? Well, we got you covered at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. So come be happy with Kia's holiday sales event. Command the season. 2020 Kia Forte, $142 a month lease. 2021 Kia Soul, $148 a month lease. Plus 2021 Kia K5, $192 a month lease. All just 36 months, $31.49 due at signing. Stay happy all season long with Forte, $142, Soul, $148, Kia K5, $192. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
When you visit Navy Liquor at 7866 Highway 51 in Millington, you'll be treated like family by friendly, knowledgeable staff. Select are your favorite bourbon, vodka, scotch, beer, tequila, gin, and rum, as well as wines from all over the world. An amazing selection of sakis, too. Coldest beer in town. Beer kegs are available. Any beer, any wine, any liquor, you got the Navy Liquor hookup. Come see us, holiday or any other occasion. Navy Liquor, corner of Highway 51 and Navy Road in Millington.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper. 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase. And 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
The NFL is in its final leg of the season. College basketball is back, and NBA tip-off is almost here. Add a little excitement to your sports watching experience by betting on all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook. There's a reason why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Their app is simple to use. They've got great odds on all different betting markets, unique, fun bet types, and exclusive always-on promotions and bet insurance. And if you win, they even get you your winnings safely in as little as 24 hours. Right now, FanDuel is letting you place your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Just place a bet on any game, and FanDuel will refund you up to $1,000 back if you don't win your first bet. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app to get started and be sure to sign up with promo code GASMAN so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code GASMAN. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires 14 days after receipt. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. For problem gambling support, call 1-800-889-9789.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Come to me on a summer breeze. Keep me warm in your love. Then you softly leave. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn. 'Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down.
I was thinking during the break, dude,
Yep.
that young lady that I saw at McDonald's that left out of her car and took a dump in the bushes. Prime candidate for ammonia up the butt. Super short skirt. Actually taking a dump outside, that rectal area, that anal area probably expanded even more to just allow more stuff to,
That is disgusting. Probably so. Yeah. Probably so. Okay. The Grizzlies are good. Let's just move on. The Grizzlies last night. I can't get that out of my head. The Grizzlies last night against the Timberwolves.
She probably got sick.
I'm getting sick. Just talking about it.
Oh, God.
The Grizzlies, very impressive performance. Came out of the gate cooking. Everyone making shots. Made it look easy. Lots of fun basketball last night as they knock off the Timberwolves, 123-104. John Morant, another spectacular performance in 26 easy minutes, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 22 for Jonas Valanciunas, 21, 6 and 4 for Dylan Brooks, who had a much better game. Kyle Anderson continues to play outstanding basketball, probably the best that we've seen from him. 16 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists for him. Grayson Allen, 13 points off the bench. Desmond Bane, 10 points, most of them coming pretty late in the game. Saying before we talk about the specifics of the performances themselves, do you think this was more the Timberwolves just are a really bad team, or are the Grizzlies maybe a little better than we thought, or is it just a little bit of both?
I think it's probably somewhere in the middle. I think the Timberwolves are trash. I think that because you've heard these weird stories about how Minnesota's want to build this new trippy big three with Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell and Devin Booker. Like that's their dream. Like they're pushing towards putting that together. I never understood why, because I always thought D'Angelo Russell wasn't that good of a guard, especially not a point guard. So I'm not really sure what he's like low budget Kyrie Irving. Like that's like this whole game. So they're not a very good team to me at all. On paper or in reality. And so I think it's a lot of that. I also think the Grizzlies could be better than what we think they can be. Just high IQ basketball players, man. If you remember back when Hubie Brown was the coach, he talked about having guys that can actually play. There is a value in having guys on the court who actually are just good at playing basketball. Not meaning that they're just elite level talent, but just guys who aren't going to be making any dumb decisions for the most part. And you saw a lot of that yesterday. Guys making the extra pass, knowing where to be, knowing where not to be, knowing how to get open, smart cuts. Kyle Anderson, was just looking great last night. Jitty was looking incredible, and it's all that style of play can work in the NBA if you got a team full of guys who are just locked in and just playing smart basketball. Even though you might not have just all-star level, a lot of all-star level talent on the court, and it's all being manufactured. It's all being led by Ja Morant at that point, who is a star level talent. So we'll have to see. We've got 2 more games with Atlanta, but just know I will be insufferable if the Grizzlies beat Atlanta twice and then beat them early in the season as well. Just know that I will be in rare form as far as talking Lamar Jackson stuff goes.
The thing that's really encouraging for the Grizzlies is that it is basically everyone's playing well, right out of the gate. There's really not, even the guys that played poorly really didn't play that poorly.
Yep.
There was something from pretty much everybody that stepped onto the court. There was something to like about what they did. The Grizzlies didn't shoot free throws well. I guess that's the only thing that you can really point to. But very disruptive. 18 steals. Had almost as many steals as the Timberwolves had assists. 18 steals to 20 assists. That's a crazy number right there. Played. I think you can't take much defensively from the from preseason, but I think that at least scheme wise they look like they know what they're doing out there. And then I think the activity level, as you talked about, the Hubie Brown approach, everyone just playing basketball. The Grizzlies. This is what happens when you put together a roster of guys who are all versatile, high IQ type players. You really struggle to find a bad lineup. Pretty much any lineup you throw out there is going to be decent, and some will be better than others. But at this point now, the Grizzlies don't have too many bad lineups. And then obviously that takes you to Ja Morant, who again looks like, and he was just really like he did not crank it up. He had the one little stretch with the hair up, and he dunked on Karl Anthony Towns, tried to. Karl kind of made a smart move to get away and refused to be dunked upon. He made some nice moves, but he really, he has not looked like he's gotten out of third gear, and that's the crazy thing. He's in complete control, and the comparisons to him as a hyper athletic Chris Paul make a lot more sense now, because you can watch as his maturation seems to be happening at warp speed. He's totally in command of the court. Like, he gets out there and knows exactly what's going on, knows where guys are, sees, as he talked about the other day, he's seeing plays happen before they happen. He's watching it unfold before it actually happens. I said at the beginning of the show, I think he jumped from year 1 to year 8. I mean, he looked like a veteran last night. No turnovers, 7 assists, 17 points, 7 rebounds, and just completely, in command, Sane. And that's, I don't know. I'm really, I can't remember when I was more excited about watching a Grizzly player play. Every night, you're just going to watch a guy who is at the absolute top of his game. And you're talking about all-star, all-NBA. It's all on the table for Ja Morant.
Yeah, and there are going to be games where the Grizzlies just look like they don't have enough firepower. I mean, I'm not expecting this to be a great and borderline not good team. I mean, I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying is that you're going to see a clear vision on the court. You're going to see a clear direction, a clear style of play. And I think it's going to be good to see, man. And will they win games they're not supposed to win? Yes. Will they lose games they're probably not supposed to lose? Sure they will. And just going back to yesterday's game, another one of my friends said this, even though this is a team in Minnesota that looks like it's supposed to be bad, just beating teams you're supposed to beat is what made the Grizzlies look accelerated last year, because they just beat a bunch of teams that were worse than them. You know what I mean? not particularly because they were beating good teams, but the teams they pretty much were supposed to beat. They racked up a lot of wins beating those type of teams. So, that could still equal to a good season for them.
Well, and I think, again, just because they're really, really good doesn't mean they're not going to have moments of, something going wrong or issues or whatever. But, yeah, the quality, man, the quality of the play, I don't know. I wasn't necessarily expecting to see it quite like that. And, the different lineups that they can use now, you've got a lot of different approaches you could take. You have, Jonas Valanciunas, who looks great, and he and John Morant have a tremendous pick-and-roll partnership. So, if you want to go kind of old-school traditional and have a big man who's going to use back to the basket, who's going to be more physical, you can certainly do that with Valanciunas. Or if you want to spread the floor a little bit, there are plenty of lineups where you can do that. And you can play Jaren Jackson Jr. when he's healthy as a 5 with a bunch of small guys. You could even play Kyle Anderson as a 5 out there in those kinds of lineups. I don't know, man. I'm interested to see what Taylor Jenkins and the staff comes up with when it comes to some of the lineups. But I think the early signs, at least, are pretty good in terms of the way they're approaching these lineups without Jaren Jackson, without Justice Winslow. I think we're seeing some creativity that we didn't see last year. So maybe the growth is also coming from the coaching staff.
Yeah, I think that another thing about the coaching staff as well is that I think that his vision and his game plan is becoming more concrete, is gelling more with the guys, and I think the guys are becoming more accepting of it. It's nothing new to them. For the guys who were there last year, it's just more of the same, and they're buying into it more. You see guys like Dylan, guys like Kyle buying into the system more. You've seen that just in these first 2 games. And for the new guys, they're walking into a culture that's being backed up by the players that are there before them. I hate that we can't see – I really want to see Killian Tilly. I really want to see Jonte Porter. I haven't seen either of those guys because of injury or whatever. And I think that's unfortunate. But, yeah, we saw some of McDermott yesterday. Didn't look bad. He's kind of a scrappy guy, man. McDermott. He didn't look terrible. Didn't get any shots off that I recall. But,
took one shot. Took one three.
He missed it, right? Yeah.
Missed 2 free throws also.
So, yeah.
Not great.
Not good at all. Come on.
Peter,
come on.
I got a question for you, man.
Okay.
What do you make
This is about Sean McDermott because
well, no.
I can speak for
not him specifically. But okay, what do you make of Minnesota's their kind of late game run with the extra energy that the bench guys put out there? What do you make of that? Like what?
I make nothing of it. I make Rondé Hollis-Jefferson is the only one that I looked at from their rotation that has anything to be excited about. I guess Jarrett Culver is maybe looking slightly better than he looked last year because he looked absolutely horrible last year. So he's looking okay. But our buddy Keith Parrish said, would Minnesota trade or would the Grizzlies trade John Conchar for Jarrett Culver straight up? I'm not sure they would.
Not sure they would.
At this point. Anthony Edwards I think Anthony Edwards looks slightly better than I would have thought. I guess.
Does he look like a number 1 overall wing?
No.
Because you remember I had that Twitter discussion when people are telling me he's better than R.J. Barrett. It's okay, we'll see in a minute. R.J. Barrett didn't look like this.
I mean, the thing is, he looks fit. To me, like if I went out there and I said, you watch that whole game and you identified the rookies, would you know for sure which one was the number 1 pick and which one was the 30th pick and which one was undrafted and all that?
Right.
I'm not sure.
I wouldn't say. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't look like a number 1 overall pick. Because even R.J. Barrett last year, he struggled. But you saw R.J. Barrett struggling, trying to look like a guy who's showcasing, a guy who's trying to be the alpha on the court.
Yeah.
Like Anthony Edwards just looks like a dude out there. He's just like another guy that plays for Minnesota. It looks like, a guy that may be on Exhibit 10 or something, like how he would play if he came in.
He had 5 turnovers, didn't play very well defensively.
Yeah, man, I'm out.
If I told you to compare Desmond Bane and Anthony Edwards, would you say one guy was picked 30 spots behind the other guy? I mean,
yeah, man, I'm out. I'm out on Anthony Edwards, bro.
Well, I was never in. I mean, you can't be out if you're never in. I wouldn't. I mean, but that's the thing. This draft was a really bad draft for Minnesota to end up with the number 1 pick because, you could just see it. It's just like Andrew Wiggins all over again. It's like, oh man, this guy's highly touted and he's really physically gifted and all that stuff, but he's just not He's just not.
But I
a
remember,
good player.
playing against Wiggins as a rookie, and he was getting buckets. Like he was coming out there, he scored like 20-something points.
You played against Wiggins?
I remember when the Grizzlies played against him. I remember Wiggins looking like a talent. Anthony Edwards didn't look good at all. I'm sorry, bro. Like that dude don't look like.
I mean, I think he had his moments. Like, yeah, he had some shot. He looks all right. Physically, he's big.
Does he look like a number 1 overall draft pick wing? No, he doesn't, man. He looks like a dude. He looks like a dude in the NBA.
Yeah, but
bro.
nobody. But that's the thing. Nobody in this draft. I guess LaMelo has showed some passes here and there that you might think were high level guys. But there's nobody in this draft that was a. Where would Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball, Wiseman, where would they have gone last year in that in the Ja Morant, Zion, RJ Barrett, etc. In that draft? I mean, I don't know, 5th, 6th, 8th. I mean, I don't know. It's it was just this was not that great of a draft. So again, Grizzlies really threaded that needle perfectly in terms of not having their pick in that moment and still getting quality guys. As a result, Xavier Tillman was drafted. He didn't play. Had a little tweak right before the game, and just out of precaution, the Grizzlies held him out. I think he's going to be okay, but just a little nerves there. Killian Tilly still out, as you mentioned. That was the knock on him, man. Is that he's super talented guy and probably would have been maybe a first-round pick if he's just healthy. But he's never healthy. He has made of glass. Jonte Porter, again, another guy that has just struggled to get healthy. So. Will we see those guys at some point? I hope so, because I'm not sure you're going to see them in the regular season. If you don't see them in the preseason, I'm not sure how much you're going to see them in the regular season.
Precious Achiuwa gave you 8 points last night against Zion. Looking like the Zion stopper out there.
Yeah, no, I watched him get the opposite of the Zion stopper. Zion just bulldozed him a couple times. But Zion had 26 and 11 last night in 33 minutes.
Looking semi-chunky.
I mean, Zion's a great player. Don't get me wrong. A lot of that came fairly late in the game, and a lot of it came at the foul line, which he's going to feast at the foul line. That dude's going to pick up fouls, lots of them. So, and then the referees are going to love calling it because he's Zion. My eyebrow was raised slightly when I looked at the Heat score, 114-92. That was a little, But I realized, they didn't play with Jimmy Butler, no Goran Dragic, all that stuff. So I'm not. It was a very B team Heat performance. The more I kind of looked at it, so I'm not freaking out just yet. But I was kind of okay. That's interesting.
Yep.
Luka, by the way, did you see Luka versus Giannis?
I saw all of Luka yesterday. Luka looking a little Zion-esque.
He had 27 points in 29 minutes. just another day at the office.
Just talking 27, 8 and 4. Luka better than KD? Luka better than KD?
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Y'all on drugs.
This year, preseason, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean? How do you define better, anyway?
Better at playing basketball. KD's one of the greatest scorers of all time. The dude just said, Luka's better. Yeah. What are you talking about, man? Luka's phenomenal.
KD only had 15. KD only had 15 points in 24 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And 0 for 2 from 3. Terrible. Whereas Luka had 27 points in 29 minutes, 3 of 8 from 3. He's obviously better.
Yeah.
As I said, he's obviously better.
Obviously better. Yeah, we'll see.
Obviously.
We won't see in the playoffs, but we'll see.
Because KD and those guys probably won't make it because they.
You crazy? And that's coming out the East.
Get hurt or something like
extremely
that.
Easily. Like
I'm just messing with you.
I know.
I'm just messing
you know
with you.
the Nets coming out the East like super easy, bro.
They should be really good. They should be
free
really
agents
good.
gonna go play with Luka.
I don't know why wouldn't they?
I'm just asking, bro. Like, are they going to?
Absolutely.
How do the Mavericks take the next?
Giannis may go play. Giannis may go play with him.
You know where Giannis going? Memphis. Would you trade Jaren? Would you trade Jaren for Giannis?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I love Jaren. Gabe would be disappointed.
Not even. I wouldn't even. I love Jaren too, but I'd drive him to Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, I'd walk him to Milwaukee.
Whatever needs to happen. Giannis is a different dude.
Oh yeah.
If it all worked out well, Jaren turns into something of a better shooting, less physical Giannis. Giannis is already Giannis, and he's
But Giannis has legit guard skills with the ball in his hand. I don't think Jaren will ever get that type of handle. I think he may be able to get to the basket, but he won't have that fluid handle like. Because Jaren looks like a deer dribbling the ball often when he gets.
He does.
He gets to the basket, but he looks like Bambi dribbling the ball.
I was going to say giraffe, but
yeah, very, very similar. He's all arms and legs, but I wouldn't even hesitate on that one. Absolutely.
Okay.
If they said that, 100%. And I love Jaren. I said some as a huge Jaren supporter.
Me, Giannis, Ja.
Now, if you ask me, would I trade Dylan Brooks for Giannis? No, absolutely not. No.
What would we do without Dylan in the locker room or in the press conference?
It wouldn't be as much fun.
I'm here in Milwaukee.
Close to Canada.
Yes, closer to all of my OnlyFans girls. It's more central location. Saves on flying them in.
Take Giannis.
Slightly cheaper. I tip them in Canadian dollars, which are slightly cheaper. Obviously, the exchange rate is a little better. So, that's exciting.
It's me and Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton.
And Drew.
I'm struggling with saying his name, actually. Yeah, man.
All right. We'll come back. A couple other notes from last night to get to as we get you set for the rest of the day on Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5.
Sports Time with Wallo and Stats. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
Hulu has live sports, which means you can watch football on Hulu Plus Live TV. That's right, from the biggest games to your favorite players like Baker Mayfield. Catch the action live on Hulu. Plus, get access to over 65 live channels and the largest streaming TV library, including exclusive originals and the hottest shows and movies. Start your free trial today so you don't miss a moment. Live TV plan required, restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
I just left those Ford and Toyota dealers. You ought to see their selection of new cars and trucks. And you should see their prices. Santa trades a Sunrise Buick GMC truck. Top trade-in for old sleds. Immediate financing. A true bargain lot with cars and trucks under $99.95. And remember, Sunrise specializes in first-time buyers. Want to buy a car or truck and have some left over for the holidays? SunriseMemphis.com. Covington, Pike, Wolfchase, and Collierville. Happy holidays.
Just announced employee pricing for everyone on select models.
Tired of waiting on your sportsbook? Waiting for deposits and withdrawals? No more waiting with Action 24/7. We're cutting out the middleman. Deposit or withdrawal in cash. Action 24/7 has more than 100 partners in Tennessee for cash deposits and withdrawals. Visit Action247.com for a location. Cash deposits and withdrawals from your Tennessee sportsbook. Action247.com. You got action.
Must be 21 or older and in Tennessee. For problem gambling support, call 800-889-9789.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Memphis attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Office in Memphis, 6000 Poplar Avenue, Suite 225, Memphis, Tennessee, 38119. At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Closing out with an Anthony Sane approved.
Yes, sir.
Billy Joel riff.
You've been pooping in a McDonald's. She got pneumonia and I pooped it home.
Welcome back. Hour number 3 here. Coming up next, it is Middays. Greg and Eli, lots and lots and lots to get to. Also, our friends at Central Barbecue. Tell you what, that's a good idea for those of you looking for something to do. You want to get something to eat. Now, today, got to be a pretty hardy soul to get on the patio today. You bundle up. You want to really bundle up. Today's the day I would suggest checking that curbside, doing that pickup, delivery, absolutely. The great thing about the ribs, they travel spectacularly. The wings, they travel great. You will love it. That delicious, wonderful pulled pork. What a great idea for a delicious meal. Pulled pork sandwich, you will love it. It's fantastic. So check out Central Barbecue on Central, on Summer, downtown, East Memphis. You can go to eatcbq.com. Also, send a great holiday gift idea. Sending those anywhere in the country, you can get them. They are shipped FedEx. They are get there right when they need to be, packed in dry ice and ready for your client or your loved one to enjoy a little taste of Memphis anywhere. It's terrific. You can check them out at Central Barbecue, eatcbq.com. Rumor is that the Rose Bowl may be now in jeopardy. The Rose Bowl is slated to host a college football playoff semifinal, but the ACC and the SEC, among others, and Notre Dame too, are lobbying to move that semifinal because of California restrictions on attendance and what to do and where to go, and they're worried that if in Pasadena, family members and other ones would not be able to actually go and play or watch their kids play, and so Notre Dame, Alabama, Clemson, Texas A&M all want to move the game. They could make that decision at any time this week. They are meeting today and Thursday. The most likely alternative would be Cowboys Stadium, AT&T Stadium there in Arlington, Texas. And then if that happened, there would not be a Rose Bowl in 2021. That'd be the first time since 1915 that there would be no Rose Bowl. So a lot of fallout from a lot of this stuff, Anthony. You don't necessarily think about it until stuff like this comes up. But the fact that there wouldn't be a Rose Bowl, that'd be pretty extraordinary.
Pretty crucial. That would be crucial, man, for sure. Also, Isaac Simpson tweeted in earlier saying on the Periscope feed, saying that you're going to have literally hundreds of guys opting out of bowl games. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, you probably will see it. That could be to the point where bowl games don't have to be canceled, man. Because
like I said, we've already had a bowl game canceled. The Frisco Bowl has now been canceled.
Yeah, it's wild. Man.
The Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl, the legendary TSCFB, has been canceled this year. SMU unable to play, so UT San Antonio will play in a different bowl, the First Responders Bowl. Until that's canceled. But yes, that's what Isaac said is kind of my thinking, and I don't see it happening. For example, Georgia Tech says that they now I'm not sure how in the mix they are for getting a bowl bid, but they determined that it would not be in the best interest of student athletes' health and safety and would decline any bowl bid that came. I think other teams would do that as well. It's really hard to justify in the middle of a pandemic, like when you've struggled this much to get any kind of game together and to try to play a regular season, to go and play a bowl game that frankly doesn't matter in the slightest in terms of the result, what it means, any of that stuff. And most of the fun of the bowl, the whole point of the bowl game, Anthony's saying, is for the team to go and celebrate and have and to be honored for their season and to go and get a reward for what they've done. But when you go there, you can't do the normal activities that you would do. You're not going to the buffet. You're not going to the party. You're not going to the club. You're not going to the Dave and Buster's to play in the games. You're not doing any of that stuff.
You're supposed to get
your families can't come and hang out together anyway. So what's the point?
You're supposed to get a grab bag that has all kind of fun things in it, maybe a cell phone or whatever company is the promoter. You get all these bags full of all these great stuff. Now you're going to get wipes and hand sanitizer, like it's
toilet paper, hand sanitizer.
It's crazy,
man. Send all these kids a PS5 and be done with it.
Yeah, man. Just say, hey, thanks for your thanks for giving us your body for the last few months. So here's
a PS5.
Cut these kids a check, man, for going out there and playing during the pandemic. How about that?
Did Joy get a PS5?
No, she actually didn't get one.
Oh man, sorry.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to stand in line. You stand in lines for people who actually got it online. But she stood there just in case. That was her plan the whole time. Stand there just in case something happens, and then be outside the store trying to buy it online. And it didn't work.
Be there if opportunity struck.
Yeah. Yep.
But it didn't strike.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
They ain't got to get ready to stay ready. So Joy was ready.
That's right. You never know.
Yep.
You never know. These are hard to get.
Hard times, Danny.
Hard times. Kabuki could get one.
Stole them all. That's what happened.
You out here for 30 minutes. And somebody said, "Computer took your PS5." Daddy.
Yeah, the boss came in there. A robot took a job.
Watch out for these people on eBay that are selling boxes. It'll be like new PS5 and then like box in small letters.
Right.
Like don't fall for that scam. Don't do it. That's terrible out there. Everybody, have yourself a great Tuesday. Stay warm. Coming up next, middays. We'll see you in the morning.